Pokémon. Start from sign in. Chapter 61. The old man was very happy. Mr. Daigo, you're here. Well, tell me the details. Daigo said solemnly. Ning Hao explained the cause and effect of the matter and said, actually, there's no need to be too nervous. Well, don't you understand how scary they are? Daigo said. No, I summoned Lugia and Ho-Oh. Ning Hao said. Quote question mark. Lugia and Ho-Oh. Daigo was stunned. This was more explosive than the news that Groudon and Kyogre had awakened. I'm also going to wake up Rayquaza. Do you know how to wake up Rayquaza? Don't you know? Ning Hao looked at Daigo in confusion. Quote. Forget it, you go and wake up Rayquaza first. I will stop the ocean team. As for the magma team, I will let Mikali and the four heavenly kings hold them back. Without further delay, I will set off first. Ning Hao said. Let's go to the sky pillar. Ning Hao called Shijiana as he left. After all, Shijiana was the key to awakening Rayquaza. You are here. Shijiana looked at the two and said. She was performing a sacrifice at the sky pillar. Shijiana, wake up Rayquaza. Groudon and Kyogre will wake up soon. Ning Hao said. Okay, I will start right away. Shijiana also knew the seriousness of the matter, so she started the ceremony directly. After a long time, Ning Hao heard a dragon roar from the sky. It was Rayquaza that descended. Pokémon. Rayquaza clergy, odd color. Level. Gender. None. Attribute. Dragon, flying. Classification. Sky Pokémon. Qualification. Feature. Airlock. Personality. Skills. Racial value. 680. Intimacy. 70. The one that fought 7 at once. Ning Hao thought of his brilliant performance in the Houkai movie. You summoned me. Rayquaza said while hovering in the sky. Great Rayquaza, Groudon and Kyogre are about to wake up, even in the original return mode. Ning Hao said. Original return. If they return to their original state, I can't stop them. Rayquaza said. Why? Asked Shurjana. I can't super evolve now, said Rayquaza. Can't super evolve. Shurjana was a little confused. Is there any record of finishing touches in Meteor Village? Asked Rayquaza. No, it was lost hundreds of years ago. Shijiana said disappointedly. I have the Dragon Point. Ning Hao said on the side, and took out the Dragon Point learning machine he had drawn before. Quote. Rayquaza and Shijiana looked at Ning Hao in confusion. I got it by chance, anyway, you should learn it first. After that, he let Rayquaza use the Dragon Point learning machine. Is it that simple? Shijiana asked after seeing Ning Hao's operation. Yes, how difficult can it be to learn a skill? After accepting the memory inheritance of the Dragon Point, Rayquaza opened his eyes and looked at Ning Hao. Human, you actually have the inheritance of the Dragon Point. It's all a piece of cake, why don't you follow me? Ning Hao said and took out a bunch of energy cubes. How can you? Human, your strength is not enough for me to surrender. When your strength is enough, I will follow you. Rayquaza swallowed his saliva while looking at the energy cube. After all, there is nothing to eat in space and he thinks that the lifespan of humans is not enough for him to sleep once, so he is willing to follow. Hearing Rayquaza's words, Shijiana on the side was stunned. Does Rayquaza have no bottom line? Of course, she only dared to think about it, and it would be disrespectful to say it out loud. Rayquaza handed a scale to Ning Hao and said, input the wave power into the scale to summon me. After that, Rayquaza flew back to space. Lugia and Ho-Oh arrived at the same time as if they had made an appointment. Pokémon. Ho-Oh Divine Office. Level. Gender. None. Attribute. Fire, flying. Classification. Rainbow Pokémon. Qualification. Features. Sense of pressure. Hidden features. Regeneration. Personality. Skills. Racial value. 680. Intimacy. 80. Seeing that Ho-Oh Mew also appeared, after all, it and Ho-Oh are friends. Machado also escaped from the shadows. Lord Ho-Oh, he is the Rainbow Warrior. Machado said. Yes, I know. Human, what do you want to summon me for? Lord Ho-Oh, I would like to ask you and Lugia to stop Groudon and Kyogre together. Ning Hao said. Okay. It's not the Rainbow Warrior recognized by Machado, I agree to your request. Okay. Lugia also had no objection. You enter my space, you are too conspicuous outside. Ning Hao said. The two beasts also readily agreed. After reaching an agreement with the two beasts, Ning Hao and Natsu ran directly to the sea cave kiln, ready to meet up with Daigo. Mr. Daigo, is there any unusual movement? Ning Hao asked. No. Daigo shook his head and said. Ning Hao and Daigo had to wait nearby. At this time, Daigo's illustrated book sounded. Grao has awakened. Mikali said solemnly at the other end of the video. Let's go over there, there's no movement here. Daigo said. Okay. Several people got on Daigo's helicopter and flew towards the chimney. From a distance, Ning Hao felt the change in the weather. This is Primal Groudon. Ning Hao said solemnly. Pokémon. Primal Groudon. Level. Gender. None. Attribute. Ground. Classification. Continental Pokémon. Qualification. Feature. End of the land. Personality. Skills. Racial value. 770. Speed up. Daigo said. When landing, Ning Hao directly summoned Ho-Oh and Lugia. Please help me stop it. Ning Hao said. Okay. After that, the two beasts flew towards Primal Groudon. Kyogre has also awakened. Daigo's illustrated book sounded again. Quote. I will go alone, you cooperate with Lugia and Ho-Oh to hold Primal Groudon. Ning Hao said and summoned Charizard to take him to Kyogre's direction. If Mewtwo was there, he could fly faster, but Mewtwo was still in a coma. On the way, Ning Hao wanted to know the scales of Rayquaza input wave power, and Rayquaza in the universe also felt the call. Trigger mission. Conquer Kyogre. Reward. Points * 50,000. God level lottery * 3. Trigger mission. Conquer Groudon. Reward. Points * 50,000. God level lottery * 3. Trigger mission. Conquer Rayquaza. Reward. Points * 100,000. God level lottery * 5. Oh my god, the rewards are so rich this time. Ning Hao said as he looked at the panel, but after thinking carefully, a first-level god is worth so many rewards. The two of them were in a state of panic, and the two were in a state of panic. A moment later, Ning Hao rushed to the battlefield, and Rayquaza also arrived at the battlefield at the same time and saw Primal Kyogre. Pokémon. Primal Kyogre. Level. Gender. None. Attribute. Water. Classification. Undersea Pokémon. Qualification. Feature. Sea of origin. Personality. Skills. Racial value. 770. It's Primal Kyogre. Ning Hao said to Rayquaza. Well, I'm going to super evolve. Rayquaza said. Rayquaza used the finishing touch directly on the original Kyogre, and in the process, Rayquaza's body underwent a huge change, and the Emperor organ in his body resonated. As one of the sealings standing in the Pokémon world, the mega-evolved Rayquaza's terrifying power seemed to make the entire continent tremble. Rayquaza and the original Kyogre fought together, but Rayquaza obviously had the upper hand, and Kyogre felt dominated. On the other side, Ho-Oh and Lugia also successfully suppressed Groudon, but unfortunately the original Groudon was slightly stronger than them. Rayquaza uses the finishing touch to end it. With this attack, Kyogre also lost his combat power and exited the original return mode, and the beautiful blue gem also floated in the air. Go, Master Ball. Ning Hao also took advantage of Kyogre's loss of combat power to use the Master Ball to subdue him. The Master Ball shook a few times and successfully subdued Kyogre. Ning Hao was very excited. This was a true mythical beast, a first-class god with a divine position. Come on, kid. Rayquaza said. Ning Hao was surprised. Before he could subdue it, Rayquaza was willing to let him stand on its back. He was not far from being subdued. Riding on Rayquaza, one man and one Pokémon quickly flew towards Primal Groudon. All go. The always elegant Daigo couldn't help but say when he saw Ning Hao standing on Rayquaza's back. Go, Rayquaza. Primal Groudon was obviously a little nervous when he saw Rayquaza, as if the younger brother met the older brother. Then the two mythical beasts fought, and Ho-Oh and Lugia also retreated to the side. After all, this was Rayquaza's territory. Watching the two mythical beasts fighting, the people in the audience were thankful that it was a good thing that Kyogre and Groudon didn't meet. If Rayquaza hadn't completely suppressed Groudon, it would probably cause great damage to the surrounding environment. In the end, the original Groudon was taken away by the finishing touch of Super Rayquaza and exited the original return mode. Go, Master Ball. Ninghao threw the Master Ball again to subdue Groudon. He no longer had a Master Ball at this point. Why hasn't Xiaoling prompted to complete the task? Ninghao asked in confusion. Master, you haven't completed the task yet. They just lost their combat effectiveness temporarily. Once they recover, they can break free. Xiaoling said. Well, can they break free from the shackles of the Master Ball? Ninghao asked solemnly. Of course they can. They are first-level gods with divine duties, not ordinary goods. Xiaoling said as a matter of course. Daigo and others on the side were also shocked to see Ninghao subdue Groudon with the Master Ball. He subdued Groudon. Will Kyogre also end up like this? Mikuli asked. It should be. Daigo said uncertainly. Because Kyogre and Groudon may wake up at any time, Ninghao threw the two beasts into the system space. Ninghao was worrying about how to subdue Kyogre and Groudon, otherwise once Rayquaza, Ho-Oh and Lugia left, they would go berserk again. At this time, Ho-Oh was talking and laughing with Mew. Lugia was thinking about something on the side, probably because it and Ho-Oh failed to take down Primal Groudon together, so it was sad. Groudon's racial value of 670 is not as good as Lugia's racial value of 680, but after entering the Primal Return mode, Groudon's racial value soared to 770, suppressing Lugia by a large margin. Even many Pokémon can surpass Lugia's racial value after Super Evolution. Although ordinary Pokémon can never be its opponent even if their racial values are high, Groudon, as a first-level god, can still suppress it. Lugia, what are you worried about? Ninghao asked. Obviously, I'm stronger than Groudon under normal circumstances, but once it enters its primitive state, I'm no longer as good as it. Lugia said somewhat disappointedly. Is it because of strength? Ninghao also thought that the two mythical beasts of the second generation did not have any increase, otherwise there would be an absolute ceiling. Xiaoling, can Lugia evolve into Mega? Ninghao asked the omnipotent system. Yes, Lugia, Phoenix King and even any mythical beast can super evolve, but you have to customize it. Xiaoling said playfully. Lugia, follow me, I can make you stronger. Ninghao said solemnly. Follow you. Become stronger. Lugia's first reaction was that Ninghao was joking. After all, the man in front of him was picking off his feathers not long ago. Yes. Ninghao nodded seriously. Lugia sensed Ninghao's sincerity through its superpower, and it fell into hesitation. The Feng King on the side had no such worries and was having a pleasant chat with Meng Meng. Xiaoling, how much does Lugia's Mega Stone cost? Ninghao asked. 1 million points. Exchange it. Ninghao chose to use the 0.1 discount coupon. A silver orb appeared in Ninghao's hand, and as soon as the orb appeared, Lugia could feel that this object would greatly increase its strength. I am willing to follow you. Lugia also agreed after feeling Ninghao's sincerity, and human lifespan is not long, at most it is equivalent to taking a nap. Ninghao did not put Lugia into any ball, but chose to let it fly freely. Kyogre and Groudon are about to wake up again. Let's experience their new power together then, Ninghao said. At this time, Cheomung came out of the Master Ball, his body exuding powerful pressure as if he was going to destroy the world. It's about to break through. Lugia said from the side. Breakthrough. Doesn't that mean breaking through to a first-level god? Ninghao was excited. In this way, he would have two Pokémon with the strength of a first-level god. Even two of them were the ceiling of a first-level god. Ninghao walked up to Dao and others. Kyogre and Groudon will wake up again soon. I want to find a place to completely subdue them. After saying that, Lugia took him away, and Rayquaza also returned to space after the battle. Before leaving, he used the power of the waveguide to notify Cheomung, and Cheomung would rush over after the breakthrough. After flying for who knows how long, Lugia took Ninghao to an uninhabited island. The battle was over, and the battle was over. Ninghao released Kyogre and Groudon, waiting for them to wake up. Ho-Oh, Machado and Mew also followed him, but Natsu did not follow him, because the remaining power of the battle was too strong and he was afraid that he would be hurt. After a long time, Mewtwo also arrived. There will be a big battle later, come and experience your latest strength. Ninghao said. Okay. Hearing about the battle, Mewtwo could not hide his excitement. Ning Hao waited for a few hours, and the two beasts woke up. As soon as they woke up, the two beasts looked around, and when they found no trace of Rayquaza, they roared loudly. Submit to me, Ning Hao said to the two beasts. Looking at Ning Hao, the two beasts recognized him as the one who had just stood on Rayquaza's back. But now that Rayquaza was gone, they didn't give him any face at all. Looking at the two beasts who didn't give him any face, Ning Hao had no choice but to say, alas, I can only beat you into submission. Super Evolve Lugia. Pokémon. Mega Lugia Divine Office. Level. Gender. None. Attribute. Psychic, Flying. Classification. Diving Pokémon. Qualification. Feature. Sense of Oppression. Hidden Feature. Multiple Scales. Personality. Skills. Racial Value. 780. Intimacy. 90. A huge silver bird that covered the sky and the sun appeared in the sky. Its size was more than twice that of the previous Lugia, and it exuded a terrifying aura. Seeing the appearance of Mega Lugia, Groudon and Kyogre, who wanted to fight, looked over at the same time. They could feel that Lugia at this time was much stronger than the original evolution of them. Submit to me, Ning Hao said again. After looking at each other, the two Pokémon said, as long as you can defeat us who have returned to the original, we will submit to you. Okay. Ning Hao returned their orbs. As the two beasts controlled the power of the orbs, they completed the original return. Mewtwo Mega Evolution. Unlike Lugia, Mewtwo's Mega Evolution makes its body smaller, condensing the terrifying power into this small body. Pokémon. Mewtwo Y. Level. 96. Gender. None. Attribute. Psychic. Classification. Genetic Pokémon. Qualification. Features. Sense of Oppression. Hidden Feature. Sense of Tension. Personality. Cowardly. Skills. Racial Value. 780. Intimacy. 100. Come on, Ning Hao said to the two gods. Ning Hao chose to let Lugia and Mewtwo play freely. After all, supporting the super evolution of two mythical beasts at the same time has made him very tired. He has no energy to command. If it were not for the king-level physique, he would have fallen down long ago. Lugia has an absolute advantage over Primal Groudon, while Mewtwo is suppressed. After all, he has just broken through, and the level gap between him and Primal Kyogre is a bit far. How did this guy become so strong? Before, he could suppress me together with Ho-Oh, but now he can suppress me alone. Is it related to the change of form? Primal Groudon thought. A moment later, Primal Groudon fell under the attack of Mega Lugia and was quickly defeated. Primal Kyogre on the side was terrified. After defeating Primal Groudon, Lugia withdrew from Mega Evolution and had no intention of helping Mewtwo. It had been with Mewtwo before and knew how arrogant Mewtwo was. After Lugia cancelled Mega Evolution, Ning Hao's pressure was reduced, and he had the energy to command Mewtwo. Mewtwo, use meditation. Continue to use meditation. Kyogre tried to attack Mewtwo again and again, but unfortunately Mewtwo dodged it. Use meditation for the last time. Ning Hao shouted. Mewtwo's already high special attack reached a new height. Mewtwo uses Psychic Break. The effect of Psychic Break is to exchange special defense and physical defense is Kyogre's weakness. The powerful attack directly killed Kyogre. Although Kyogre lost to Mewtwo, the biggest reason was that Kyogre was always on guard against Lugia next to him, which prevented it from fully devoting itself to the battle. However, Mewtwo's strength is still unquestionable. Ning Hao then used the power of Chongpan to awaken the two beasts, but just awakening the two beasts was enough to exhaust him. Are you willing to surrender? Quote. Yes. Ning Hao's strength conquered the two beasts. So far, Ning Hao has subdued 4 first-level gods, and there is still a long way to go to subdue Rayquaza. After the war, Ning Hao returned to everyone. It's over. Daigo asked. Yes. Where are the members of the Magma team and the Ocean team? We only caught the members of the Ocean team, and the members of the Magma team are completely missing. Daigo said. Well, could it be, Ning Hao fainted before he finished speaking. He should have overdrawn his energy. Daigo said. He then carried Ning Hao onto the helicopter. Everyone looked at Ning Hao's childish face and was speechless. A 10-year-old child saved a region. This was such an incredible thing. A week later. Looking at Ning Hao slowly opening his eyes, Natsu said excitedly, "You're finally awake." "How long have I slept?" Ning Hao asked. "It's been a week." Natsu said quickly, and then quickly helped Ning Hao up. "Alas, another week." Ning Hao sighed, the last time he was unconscious was also a week. "Where is Champion Daigo?" Ning Hao asked. "Champion Daigo is in the nearby director's influence." Natsu said. "By the way, where is this?" Ning Hao asked. "This is Kana's city, the headquarters of Devon Company." Natsu said. "Yeah. You finally woke up." Daigo said. He received the news from Natsu that Ning Hao woke up and hurried over. "Yeah." At this time, Daigo bowed deeply. "Thank you for saving the Hoenn region." "You're welcome, it's what I should do." Ning Hao said quickly. "Please don't tell anyone about me." Ning Hao said. "Why?" Dao asked curiously. "If this gets out, he will definitely become famous. You should be low-key." "I challenged the gym and participated in the Kaiyu conference." Ning Hao said as a matter of course. You, a person who commands a first-level god, participated in the Kaiyu conference." Daiwu said speechlessly. "I didn't let them participate, but let the new team participate." Ning Hao said. He still had some shame and couldn't do the thing of bullying the newbies by the beast. "Well, okay, I will notify the 4 heavenly kings to hide your information." Daiwu said. "Discharge." Ning Hao said. "Yes." Then Daiwu called the attending physician to examine Ning Hao. "It's a miracle in medical history. This terrible recovery ability." The attending physician looked at Ning Hao's examination report and said in surprise, wishing to start studying Ning Hao on the spot. "Alas, after lying for a week, this arm doesn't obey at all." Ning Hao said. The old man was very happy, and the old man was very happy. "Congratulations to the master for completing the achievement, defeating the first-level beast and getting the reward, Master Ball. Complete the task, capture Kyogre and get the reward, points 50,000, God level lottery 3. Complete the task, capture Groudon and get the reward, points 50,000, God level lottery 3. Now you have points 110,000, God level lottery 10. Revisiting the old place. Ning Hao went to the Kana's gym again to prepare to train the baby dragon. "Master Dewan, we are here again." Ning Hao said at the door. "It's you." Since Ning Hao and Natsu had left not long ago, Master Dewan easily recognized them. "Well, Gym Master Dewan, I want to challenge your main team." "Are you sure?" "My main team will not be the same as before." Dewan said. "Well, I am sure." "Then come on." Gym Master Dewan went to prepare the challenge venue. Go, Kabutosaurus. During the time when Ning Hao was in a coma, his Pokémon worked hard, thinking that it was because of their lack of strength that Ning Hao fell into a coma, so everyone practiced hard, and the baby dragon had evolved into Kabutosaurus, and the level reached 40. Pokémon. Kabutosaurus. Level. 40. Gender. Male. Attribute. Dragon. Classification. Endurance Pokémon. Qualification. King. Features. Hard head. Personality. Stubborn. Skills. Impact, Rockfall, Water Gun. Intimacy. 96. Go ahead, Da Chao Bibi. Pokémon. Da Chao Bibi. Level. 42. Gender. Male. Attribute. Rock, Steel. Classification. Compass Pokémon. Qualification. Gym. Feature. Sturdy. Personality. Cautious. Skills. Pain Sharing, Cannon Beam, Power Gem. Da Chao Bibi uses Power Gem. Kabutoon uses Hold and then uses Stare. Da Chao Bibi was also startled by Stare. Although Kabutoon lost to it in all aspects of data, it was full of momentum as a dragon. Kabutoon uses Chop Tile. Da Chao Bibi uses Power Gem. I saw Kabutoon swinging its short legs to chop at Da Chao Bibi, and the scene was indescribably funny. The fighting skills that quadruple restrained Da Chao Bibi caused Da Chao Bibi to be seriously injured. If it were not for the sturdy feature, it would have been killed instantly. The Power Gem did not have much impact after hitting Kabutoon. It may be that it has been trained to withstand beatings by the king-level Pokémon recently. Kabutos, come back with another tile break. Da Chao Bibi uses Share Pain. After being hit by Tile Break, Da Chao Bibi lost its combat power, and Share Pain also seriously injured Kabutos. Come back, Da Chao Bibi, Come on, Steelix. Pokémon. Steelix. Level. 44. Gender. Male. Attribute. Steel ground. Classification. Iron Snake Pokémon. Qualification. Gym. Feature. Hard head. Personality. Naughty. Skills. Iron Tail, Rock Slide, Big Explosion. Baby Dragon uses Big Explosion. Onyx uses Rock Slide. The terrifying power of Big Explosion seriously injured Steelix, who had a particularly low special defense, and also put Steelix into a burning state, but Kabuto's itself was also knocked unconscious by the Rock Slide. Come back, Kabutops. Go Swampert. Pokémon. Swampert. Level. 46. Gender. Male. Attribute. Water ground. Classification. Swampert Pokémon. Quality. King. Feature. Torrent. Personality. Stubborn. Skills. Crash, Rockfall, Water Gun. Intimacy. 98. Come back, Steelix. Go, Boscadora. Pokémon. Boscadora. Level. 50. Gender. Male. Attribute. Steel, Rock. Classification. Iron Pokémon. Qualification. Gym. Attribute. Sturdy. Personality. Stubborn. Skills. Impact, Metal Claw, Rock Slide. Swampert uses Earthquake. Boscadora uses Metal Claw. The powerful destructive power of Earthquake almost killed Boscadora instantly. If it weren't for its sturdy attribute, it would have been killed. I give up. Come back, Boscadora. Dewan. The gym owner smiled bitterly and shook his head. Your growth rate is really terrifying. When I came last time, it was still a Swampert, and now it has evolved into a giant Swampert. Thank you for the compliment. Ning Hao said. I also want to challenge your main team. Natsu said on the side. Well, I'll let them recover first, said the Cuckoo Gym owner. Ning Hao chatted with Xiao Ling on the side. Let's have a Pokemon lottery. Okay, Master, deduct 1000 points. Congratulations to the Master for getting the Sloth Ape. Quote. Are you eyeing my 100,000 points? Hehe, all lotteries are random. Xiao Ling said on the side. Let's have another Pokemon draw. Congratulations to the Master for winning the Flint. Show me their data. Pokemon. Flint. Level. 5. Gender. Male. Attribute. Fire. Classification. Chick Pokemon. Qualification. King. Feature. Fierce Fire. Hidden feature. Speed Up. Personality. Naughty. Skills. Grab, Spark, Call. Intimacy. 90. Pokemon. Lazy Pokemon. Level. 5. Gender. Male. Attribute. General. Classification. Lazy Pokemon. Qualification. King. Feature. Lazy. Personality. Stubborn. Skills. Grab, Yawn, Do It Again. Intimacy. 90. Not bad, wait until you evolve to the Queen of Leave before buying the feature modifier. Natsu and the Cuckoo Gym Master on the side started fighting, and finally Natsu won with a slight advantage. Thank you, Cuckoo Gym Master. Ning Hao and Natsu said in unison. You're welcome, I also benefited a lot from today's battle. After the battle, Ning Hao and Natsu returned to the Wen Company and prepared to continue discussing the lava team with Daigo. Shui Wudong was captured, and Kai Yansong and the remaining cadres of the lava team escaped. Daigo said. After that, Daigo took the two to visit the prison. Why did you cooperate with the magma team? Don't you have different ideas? Ning Hao asked. Humph, he and I have a common enemy, that is, you, and it was his idea to awaken Kyogre and Groudon this time. He contacted us first, and even the location of Kyogre and the orb is still his and mine, and the bomb was also prepared by him. Shui Wudong said. Then you don't know anything. Are you still a villain boss? Why are you a little useless compared to him? Ning Hao said. Quote. Shui Wudong's face gradually became gloomy. The two of them were in a mess. It seems that you have been tricked by them. Daigo said, and Ning Hao knew Shui Wudong was not lying through Mewtwo's superpowers. Red Flame Pine is very scary. He knows where Groudon is and where the orb is. He can be patient for so long. He is a very cunning person. Ning Hao said with a serious face. Powerful enemies are not scary. People who know how to be patient are scary. They are waiting for you to reveal your flaws in a corner and may give you a fatal blow at any time. Red Flame Pine has been able to hide and even go to other areas. Daigo said. Yeah. But there is no need to be too careful. No matter how he plots, he can't predict that you have captured Kyogre and Groudon. Daigo continued. Huh. You have captured Kyogre and Groudon. Shui Wudong exclaimed. Don't panic, it's just a small scene. Ning Hao said pretentiously. Quote. Everyone present looked at him speechlessly. Alas, my lifelong pursuit has been accomplished by a 10-year-old kid like you. Shui Wudong seemed to have aged a dozen years in an instant. Are you leaving? Daigo asked. Well, I have to continue traveling. Ning Hao replied. Well, I also want to pursue my own things, but as a champion, I am too busy. Daigo smiled bitterly. You can pass the championship to Mikali. Ning Hao said. Well, you are right. Daigo's eyes lit up in an instant. We are leaving first, remember to keep our secret. Well, goodbye. Let's go to Meteor Falls. Ning Hao said. Yeah. Then the two of them headed for Route 115. On the way, Ning Hao also let Chickadee and Sloth go into battle. The system's products must be top-notch, and the two Pokémon have very good combat awareness. Swampert, Kabutops, Chickadee, Sloth and Pikachu are Ning Hao's main forces at the Caillou Conference. As for the last Pokémon, he has not yet decided. Shurjana. Ning Hao called out. It's you guys. Have the problems with Kyogre and Groudon been solved? Shurjana turned her head and asked. Well, thanks to you for summoning Rayquaza. Ning Hao said. Let's go, I'll take you to see my grandmother. She's very interested in this matter. Shurjana continued. You're here. Shurjana's grandmother was a little excited to see Ning Hao and others come in. After all, the man in front of her had fought side by side with Rayquaza. Hello. Ning Hao and Natsu said politely. Come on, tell me about Lord Dragon God. Shurjana's grandmother respected Rayquaza very much. After all, Rayquaza has been passed down as the totem of the people of Meteor for thousands of years. Okay. Ning Hao then told Shurjana's grandmother the whole story. Sure enough, Lord Dragon God is the most powerful. Hearing that Rayquaza easily defeated Kyogre and Groudon, Shurjana's grandmother danced with joy like a child. I don't know if I can meet Lord Dragon God in my lifetime. Shurjana's grandmother sighed. I can summon it. Ning Hao hesitated and said. No need, there is no need to trouble Lord Dragon God for such a small matter. Shurjana's grandmother quickly refused. Yeah. After staying in Meteor Village for a while, Ning Hao and Natsu left. Ning Hao still had to take Pokémon to the gym for the second time. On the way, Ning Hao continued to train Chickadee and Sloth, and Natsu also trained Xiaogoran. 10 God-level draws, how about a draw? Ning Hao hesitated whether to draw. Draw, how can a real man be so shy? Xiao Ling, draw. Okay, Master, do you need to show the turntable? Xiao Ling asked. Open it and take a look. The turntable showed Deoxys, Advanced Super Power, Champion Level Physical Fragments *2, Master Ball, Cosmic Energy, Can Wake Up Jirachi, Qualification Improvement Coupon, Champion, Solar Fire and 100 million Spirit Coins. Sun Fire. The name sounds like something that can make Charizard stronger. Ning Hao thought. Let's start. The pointer began to move and finally stopped at the Cosmic Energy. Let Jirachi wake up. Not bad, continue. The Cosmic Energy disappeared, replaced by the Perfect Skill Coupon. Let's start. The pointer moved again and finally stopped at the Solar Fire. I'm lucky today. I didn't get any elf coins. Keep going. The Sun Spark on the turntable was replaced by Champion Level Physique. Begin. Congratulations to the Master for getting Champion Level Physique Fragments too. Keep going. This time, the Champion Level Physique Fragments were not replaced but kept. Congratulations to the Master for getting Champion Level Physique Fragments too. Keep going. Congratulations to the Master for getting Champion Level Physique Fragments too. Since you got the same thing 3 times in a row. Ning Hao was a little surprised. You only need 2 more fragments to exchange for Champion Level Physique. Ning Hao was a little excited. Keep drawing. Congratulations to the Master for getting the Master Ball. Not bad, there are still 4 God-level draws left, so keep going. Congratulations to the Master for getting Deoxys. Huh. It took off. Ning Hao exclaimed as he looked at the reward. What's on the turntable now? Quote. Qualification upgrade coupon, champion level physique fragment 2, 100 million elf coins, master ball, champion level physique, perfect level skill exchange coupon, advanced super power, customized mega stone 1. Let's get started. Congratulations to the master for obtaining the perfect level skill exchange coupon. The perfect level skill exchange coupon was replaced by the Dragon God inheritance. Continue. Congratulations to the master for obtaining the Dragon God inheritance. A crystal appeared in Ning Hao's hand. Dragon God. Rayquaza Curum. It is the inheritance of the ancient Charizard God. The Sun Fire Seed is useful for Charizard, and this inheritance is also for Charizard. It seems to be an epic enhancement. Ning Hao was very happy. After all, Charizard is his favorite Pokémon and the original partner. There are still 2 God-level draws left, so keep them for now. Come out, Charizard. How do you use these 2 rewards, Xiao Ling? Quote. Just let Charizard swallow the fire, and the inheritance can also be swallowed, but Charizard will fall into a deep sleep, and there will be dangers in the inheritance process. Xiao Ling replied. Danger. What danger? The god of Charizard still has some consciousness in the crystal body. Only if it is recognized can you obtain the inheritance. If it is not recognized, you will explode and die. Xiao Ling said. Quote. Ning Hao asked. Handed the Sunfire and the inheritance crystal to Charizard and said, this is the inheritance of the god of Charizard, but it is very dangerous and may even lead to death. You can choose whether to accept it or not. Charizard swallowed the Sunfire and the inheritance crystal without any hesitation. The reason why Charizard didn't hesitate at all might be because it was Ning Hao's first Pokémon, but unfortunately it was surpassed by Gengar and Dragonite, and now there are a group of mythical beasts. It also wanted to gain powerful strength urgently. Maybe the next time Ning Hao faced Kyogre and Groudon, he would choose it instead of asking for help from the mythical beasts. Charizard soon fell into a deep sleep, and a layer of golden cocoon appeared around it. Ning Hao directly put Charizard into the system space. Fortunately, it was late at night and Natsu had fallen asleep, otherwise Ning Hao didn't know how to explain this series of operations. There are still 2 fragments missing for the champion-level physique, the cosmic energy. If I remember correctly, Jirachi is sleeping in Phanis, and Phanis is southwest of Chimney Mountain. Ning Hao thought. I can still pass by then. Come out, Deoxys. Pokémon. Deoxys General. Level. 95. Gender. None. Attribute. Psychic. Classification. DNA Pokémon. Qualification. Legend. Feature. Oppression. Personality. Careless. Skills. Psychic Rush. 100,000 volts. Freezing Ray. Intimacy. 90. Oh my god, it's actually the peak of the 2nd level god, Deoxys. Ning Hao never expected that it would be the peak of the 2nd level god, Deoxys. I originally wanted to make Deoxys one of the main forces of the Caillou conference, but it seems that it won't work. Ning Hao thought. Now we have Swampert, Kabutops, Pikachu, Hypergarian and Phallus, only one is missing. Where should we go to capture it? Ning Hao was in a headache. By the way, my birthday is coming soon. I'll ask Mewtwo or Lugia to take me back then. Ning Hao thought about not meeting Ash and Hanako for a long time, so he thought about going home for his birthday. Go to sleep. After saying that, he put Deoxys into the system space. The next morning, the 2 went to Chuya Town. This was the 2nd time they came to Chuya Town, but Ning Hao decided to go to Dr. Solenz's house this time. In his impression, there was a meteorite that could make Deoxys change its form. Let's go eat first, let's go to the restaurant last time, the taste is not bad. Natsu suggested. Let's go. Ning Hao had no objection to eating. Go to Dr. Solenz's house and then set off directly. Ning Hao suggested after the meal. Yes. Drive Solenz, are you there? The 2 came to Dr. Solenz's house and knocked on the door and asked. Yes. Who are you? Dr. Solenz asked after opening the door. We are travelers. We heard from Champion Daigo that you are an expert in meteorite research, so we came to visit you specially. Ning Hao said. Champion Daigo, come in quickly. Dr. Solenz said. After entering Dr. Solenz's house, the 2 saw various meteorites scattered everywhere in the house. Ning Hao also used the power of waveguide to find the meteorite that could make Deoxys change its form, and walked over. Dr. Solon saw Ning Hao's actions and thought that he liked this meteorite very much, so he made a decision. If you like this meteorite very much, I will give it to you. I have studied it for a long time and didn't find anything special about this meteorite. Dr. Solon said. Give it to me. Ning Hao said in surprise. It was a bit strange to give a gift to Dr. Solons when he and Dr. Solons just met for the first time. Yeah. Dr. Solons said. In fact, Ning Hao didn't know that when Dr. Solons and Daigo were communicating, Daigo had mentioned him, which was why Dr. Solons was willing to give him the meteorite. Thank you, Dr. Solons. Ning Hao said gratefully. He didn't know how to get the meteorite before, and now giving it to him saved him a lot of trouble. You're welcome. After staying at Dr. Solons's house for a long time, the two left with the meteorite contentedly, although Natsu didn't know why Ning Hao was so happy. Come out, Deoxys. Ning Hao released Deoxys on Route 113. What kind of Pokémon is this? Why have I never seen it before? Natsu saw Deoxys and took out the illustrated book to scan it, but unfortunately there was no information on it. This is a Pokémon that has not been discovered yet. Ning Hao said. Deoxys, this meteorite is for you. Ning Hao handed the meteorite to Deoxys and said. Thank you. Deoxys was also very excited to receive the meteorite. After all, this meteorite can make it stronger. Well, let's go back. Ning Hao took Deoxys back to the system space, but still made a fake move of using the Pokeball. Ning Hao also discovered a magical thing. He has a special affinity with Pokémon with psychic attributes. Mewtwo, Mew, Lugia, and Deoxys are all powerful Pokémon with psychic attributes. Jirachi, who is going to be awakened next, also has psychic attributes. On Route 111, Ning Hao trained Grunt, Hyperactive Monkey, and Pikachu. Kabutops and Swampert were destroyed by various mythical beasts and king-level bosses in the system space. Grunt uses a double kick. After a double kick, Grunt won its 11th victory. The strength of Grunt and Hyperactive Monkey increased rapidly. Although they were born not long ago, they are already level 30. It won't be long before they evolve to the next form. Pikachu is already level 40, but it has not evolved, but retains the form of Pikachu. Ning Hao and Natsu went to Fans, where Jirachi is sleeping. Finally here, so tired. After 2 days of travel, the two finally found the place where Jirachi was sleeping. Then the two began to explore in the cave. After a long time, the two found the sleeping Jirachi. Ning Hao took out the cosmic energy and put it on Jirachi, and then Jirachi slowly absorbed the cosmic energy. I don't know how long it took for Jirachi to wake up. Pokémon. Jirachi. Level. 95. Gender. None. Attribute. Steel, Psychic. Classification. Prayer Pokémon. Qualification. Legend. Features. Tianan. Personality. Skills. Intimacy. 80. You woke me up. Jirachi floated in the air and looked at them. Yes. Ning Hao replied. Tell me, whatever wishes you have, I will help you realize them. Jirachi said. Xiao Ling, how long can Jirachi wake up? Jirachi awakened by cosmic energy can stay awake forever, but if he fights, he will fall into a deep sleep once the energy is exhausted. Xiao Ling said. I hope you can become our partner. Ning Hao said solemnly. The two of them were so busy that they had to face each other. Become your partner. Jirachi couldn't believe it. For thousands of years, countless people have made wishes to it, and there are all kinds of wishes, but it has never encountered this kind of wish. Well, let's travel together. Ning Hao continued. Jirachi felt Ning Hao's sincerity. At this time, Mengwan appeared and began to help persuade Jirachi to join this big family. Okay, I will fulfill your wish. Jirachi smiled. Natsu saw Jirachi being subdued by Ning Hao and didn't say anything. After all, Jirachi was awakened by Ning Hao. Jirachi and Mengwan entered Ning Hao's system space together. Like Mengwan, Jirachi did not enter the Pokeball, but was a free body. Jirachi was very happy to meet so many new friends. After all, it had been lonely for thousands of years. Ning Hao and Natsu returned to Fuyan Town and went straight to Fuyan Gym. Master Yasha, we are here again. Ning Hao said. It's you. Master Yasha seemed extremely enthusiastic. After being reminded by Ning Hao last time, she began to let herself go. Well, we want to challenge the gym. Well, don't you already have a badge? Yasha was a little confused. I want to challenge the gym with my Pokémon, and then challenge your main team. Ning Hao said. Okay, follow me. Go, Cronus. Go, Magma. Pokémon. Magma. Level 30. Gender. Male. Attribute. Fire. Classification. Lava Pokémon. Quality. Normal. Feature. Lava armor. Personality. Stubborn. Skills. Sparks, Burnout, Rockfall. Cronus uses Rockfall. Magma uses Rockfall. Both fire-type Pokémon chose Rock-type attacks. Cronus easily defeated Magma with its absolute advantage in race value, and then gym leader Asha sent out the stupid Fire Camel. Pokémon. Slowpoke. Level 31. Gender. Male. Attribute. Fire, Ground. Classification. Slow Pokémon. Quality. Normal. Feature. Slow. Personality. Calm. Skills. Spark, Stomp, Earthquake. Come back, Strong Chick, Go Hyperactive. Pokémon. Hyperactive. Level 30. Gender. Male. Attribute. Normal. Classification. Raptor Pokémon. Quality. King. Feature. Energetic. Personality. Stubborn. Skills. Earthquake, Double Payback, Inspiration Punch. Intimacy. 96. Hyperactive uses Earthquake. Slowpoke uses Spark. Another one-hit kill. Your newly captured Pokémon is too strong. I don't know how you trained them. They all killed my Pokémon in one hit. Gym Master Asha was a little speechless. Ha 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 ha, it's just that they are well trained. Ning Hao said. Quote. Then let's start the main game. Gym Master Asha said. Well, come on. Come back, Charmeleon, come out, Charmeleon. Pokémon. Charmeleon. Level 45. Gender. Male. Attribute. Fire, Earth, Fire. Classification. Fire-breathing Pokémon. Qualification. Gym. Features. Lava armor. Personality. Calm. Skills. Overheat, Impact, Charm. Come back, Hyperactive Ape, Come on, Kabutops. Ning Hao did not choose Swampert. There would be no point in fighting if he sent Swampert, and it would only form a state of crushing on one side. The Kabutosaurus is now level 43, and it is no match for the Fire Camel. Kabutosaurus uses Dragon Breath. Fire Camel uses Impact. Both sides are just testing each other, and the real showdown is still to come. Fire Camel uses Spark. Kabutosaurus uses Hold. Fire Camel uses Jet Flame. Kabutosaurus uses Self-Sacrifice Impact. Both sides exchanged a wave of damage, but the Fire Camel was more seriously injured while the Kabutosaurus did not suffer much damage, so the Kabutosaurus had the upper hand in this wave. Fire Camel uses Smoke. Kabutosaurus uses Dragon Wave. Kabutosaurus fell into a burning state because of the smoke, and Dragon Wave further damaged the Fire Camel. I'm afraid that another blow will be enough to end it. The last blow of Dragon Wave. Fire Camel uses Overheat. The powerful destructive force of Dragon Wave made Charizard lose its fighting power, but it overheated and hit Kabutosaurus, and the powerful destructive force knocked Kabutosaurus to the ground. Kabutosaurus stood up and roared, perhaps it was the pride of the Dragon Clan that made it stand up. Come back, Charizard. Come back, Kabutosaurus, you are already great. Go Pikachu. Pokémon. Pikachu. Level 43. Gender. Male. Attribute. Electricity. Classification. Mouse Pokémon. Qualification. King. Features. Static electricity. Hidden feature. Lightning Rod. Personality. Conservative. Skills. Electric Shock. 100,000 volts. Thunder. Intimacy. 96. Go Cold Turtle. Quote. Pokémon. Cold Turtle. Level 46. Gender. Male. Attribute. Fire. Classification. Cold Pokémon. Qualification. Gym. Features. White Smoke. Personality. Calm. Skills. Overheat, Flame Wheel, Smoke Spray. Pikachu uses Electric Shock. Cold Turtle uses Sparks. Pikachu's Electric Shock paralyzed Cold Turtle, and the Sparks did not cause much damage to Pikachu. Pikachu uses 100,000 volts. Cold Turtle uses Flame Wheel. Neither Pikachu nor Cold Turtle had any advantage and fell into a stalemate. Pikachu uses Thunder. Cold turtle uses overheat. After a burst of thick smoke, both Pokémon fainted. You win, said gym leader Yasha. She knew that Ning Hao still had a Swampert that had not yet appeared, and her trump card had already perished with Pikachu. Is it my turn? Asked Natsu. Well, I'll restore my Pokémon, said gym leader Yasha. I lost again, said gym leader Yasha. Natsu defeated gym leader Yasha with Moonstone and Sunrock. Thank you, gym leader Yasha, said Ning Hao and Natsu. You're welcome. If it weren't for you, I wouldn't know what I would do, said gym leader Yasha with a smile. Let's go. I'll treat you to a meal. Eat. Let's go. The two of them instantly became energetic when they heard about eating. Gym leader Yasha took them to a secret restaurant. Only people in Fuyan Town know about this place, said gym leader Yasha. It's really delicious, Naz and Ning Hao said, patting their bellies. Sure enough, you have to be taken by a local to eat delicious food. Ning Hao sighed. After eating, Ning Hao and Naz said goodbye to the owner of Yasha and decided to go to Zijin City to visit the owner of Tiexuan, and by the way, go to the battle site to train the ape and the strong chicken. The two of them were busy. Walking on Route 111, Ning Hao and Naz headed straight for Zijin City. Finally here, the two said as they stood at the gate of Zijin City. The two of them came to a restaurant they had been to before to have dinner. After lunch, the two of them went to Zijin Gym to challenge the Iron Spin Gym Master. Iron Spin Gym Master, we're here. It's you. The Iron Spin Gym Master was very impressed with the two of them. After all, Ning Hao defeated the Bonnie King in front of him. At that time, the Groudon and Kyogre incidents, the gym leaders were arranging the evacuation of personnel from all places to prevent any serious accidents, so he didn't know that Ning Hao had captured two legendary beasts, and the top management didn't spread the news. Well, I want to challenge the gym with the new Pokémon. Okay, follow me. With that, the Ironspin gym leader led the two into the gym. Go on, Hypergerone. Go on, Raiden. Hypergerone uses Headbutt. Raiden uses Shockwave. The two Pokémon exchanged a wave of damage, and neither of them had the upper hand. Raiden uses Crazy Volt. Hypergerone uses Double Return. The second battle between the two Pokémon was won by Hypergerone. Hypergerone uses Split to end it. Raiden dodges. Unfortunately, Raiden had been seriously injured in the previous attack and was no longer able to dodge this attack. Come back, Raiju. Your hyperactive ape is very well cultivated. Go, Raichu. Pokémon. Raichu. Level. 48. Gender. Male. Attribute. Electricity. Classification. Mouse Pokémon. Qualification. Gym. Feature. Static electricity. Personality. Conservative. Skills. Electric shock. 100,000 volts. Thunder. Come back, hyperactive ape. Go, Pikachu. Huh. Boy, you actually used Pikachu to fight my Raichu. Gym Master Tiexuan said in surprise, but he didn't look down on unevolved Pokémon like Ma Zishi, he was just a little surprised. Well, I plan to let Pikachu appear at the Caillou conference. Ning Hao said. Well, let me test its strength. Gym Master Tiexuan said. Since it's 4 levels higher than Pikachu, we can only win by tactics. Ning Hao thought that the previous battle allowed Pikachu to rise from level 43 to level 44. Pikachu uses Electric Shock. Raichu, you also use Electric Shock. Raichu's Electric Shock seems to be more powerful than Pikachu's. Unfortunately, Pikachu has the characteristics of a lightning rod and is immune to lightning attributes, but the Iron Spin Gym Master doesn't know this. Well, no damage. The Iron Spin Gym Master was a little surprised to see the intact Pikachu. The characteristics of this period have not been discovered yet, so the Iron Spin Gym Master just thought that Ning Hao cultivated it well. Pikachu uses a throw. Raichu uses Iron Tail. Pikachu's small body threw Raichu out, which also shocked the Iron Spin Gym Master. You cultivated Pikachu too well. The Iron Spin Gym Master said in surprise. In the end, the battle ended with Pikachu's victory. Your newly cultivated team is very good. The Iron Spin Gym Master said. Thank you for your compliment. Ning Hao said. Let's go to my house today. I'll let my wife cook. Tiexuan Pavilion Master said and invited the two to his home. Okay, then excuse me. Ning Hao and Naz said. Then Naz and Tiexuan Pavilion Master also fought, and finally Naz won with a very small advantage. The food you cook is really delicious. Ning Hao said to Jasmine, the wife of Tiexuan Pavilion Master. If it's delicious, eat more. I often hear Tiexuan mention you. Jasmine smiled. After eating and drinking, Ning Hao and Naz left Tiexuan Pavilion Master's home. It's getting late, let's rest in the hotel for one night. Ning Hao said, looking at the sky. Well, I've been camping in the wild recently. I haven't slept on a big soft bed for a long time. Naz looked at the night and added. After that, the two found a hotel nearby to stay. The next day, the two did not rush to leave but strolled around Zijin City. Zijin Food Plaza was worth their stay for a few days. Let's go to the singing cafe. Ning Hao suggested. Yes. Ning Hao was recognized as soon as he stepped into the cafe. It's the god of singing. It's the guy who sang so well last time. The owner of the cafe. He also recognized Ning Hao and walked towards them. Hello, sir. The owner of the cafe greeted him. Hello. Ning Hao said. Then can you please come on stage and sing a song? Well, okay. Ning Hao did not refuse. Next, I will bring you a nocturne. Ning Hao said on the stage. Nocturne. I haven't heard of it. It seems that it was created by the god of songs. The audience in the audience said. The melody sounded and the audience were intoxicated, even Naz was no exception. After one song, the audience in the audience shouted, one more song. Okay, then I will bring you the last one, Rice Fragrance. Ning Hao said and played the guitar. Another original song. The god of songs is so awesome. The audience in the audience were very curious about how this singer who looked very young could write so many songs. Thank you. The owner of the cafe walked to Ning Hao and Naz to thank them. You're welcome. I also enjoy singing. Maybe I can become a singer after I stop being a trainer. Ning Hao said. You will definitely be popular if you become a singer. The owner of the coffee shop and Natsu said in unison. Ah, the fans are too crazy. Ning Hao was surrounded by fans after leaving the coffee shop. Fortunately, he escaped with his agility. They are all female fans. What are you afraid of? Natsu's expression was so envious. Ning Hao's large number of female fans made him envious. Ha ha ha, that's right. Ning Hao laughed. Let's go to the food court. Maybe we can meet Bonnie. Ning Hao continued. Then the two came to the Zijin food court and started their meal trip. There are traces of them in various snacks, food, and beverage stores. The Zijin mixed noodles are in front. Let's go and take a look. Ning Hao said. King Bonnie. When the two approached the stall, they saw a familiar figure, who was eating noodles with sweat on his head. It's you. I didn't have a chance to say hello to you last time during the Groudon and Kyogre incident. King Bonnie said. Ning Hao was busy fighting last time, and he fell into a coma right after the battle, so he didn't say hello to the four heavenly kings. Well, the situation was too dangerous last time, so I didn't have time to say hello. Well, thank you very much for saving the Hoenn region. King Bonnie bowed. This is what I should do. I believe that even if I don't take action, Champion Daigo will save the Hoenn region. Ning Hao said. In the special episode, Daigo fought for more than 20 days in a row and finally died of exhaustion. The two of them were in a state of panic. Well, Champion Daigo has retired. He passed the title to Mikali and said he was going to pursue his dream. Bonnie said on the side. Well, he retired. Naz looked at Ning Hao with a strange look. Last time, Ning Hao proposed that Champion Daigo pass the title to Mikali. He didn't expect that he would act so quickly. Ha ha ha. Seeing Naz's eyes, Ning Hao laughed. What are you talking about? Bonnie was confused by the two's actions. I proposed to pass the title to Mikali. Ning Hao said. You. Why? Bonnie asked in disbelief. The champion status restricts Daigo from pursuing his dream, and Mikali's strength is also enough to be the champion. Ning Hao said. Yeah. Bonnie King did not say anything else. Let's go and have a look together. Ning Hao suggested. Yeah, let's go for a look together. Bonnie King did not refuse. Finally, the three of them left the violet food court with all kinds of food, some in their hands and some in their stomachs. So full. Bonnie King said and patted his belly without any image. Yeah, it's really full, and I bought too much. Ning Hao and Natsu said. Stay in Violet City for a few more days. Ning Hao said. Yeah, good idea. Natsu replied. Let's go to Violet Game City. Ning Hao planned to go to Violet Game City to win some prizes and bring them back to Xiaoji and Xiaomao. Who would have thought that he could command a beast, and even tame one, but not play a game? Bonnie sighed as she watched Ning Hao's record. There must be something wrong with this game. Ning Hao said. I don't believe I can't win even once today. Ning Hao roared. A few hours later. Let's go. Ning Hao finally gave up. Ha 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 ha. Natsu and Bonnie couldn't help but laugh out loud. Ning Hao felt a little disappointed. He had a great reputation, a conqueror of beasts, a king-level trainer, a billionaire, and a singing god, but he couldn't even win a game. After 3 days in Zijin City, Bonnie took them to every corner of Zijin City. I'm leaving, and I have to go back to the league for a meeting. Bonnie said. Well, we're leaving too, and we have to continue our journey. Ning Hao said. Then Ning Hao and Natsu left and headed for the God-sending mountain. Ning Hao wanted to visit the old couple who had guarded the orb before. The two met many trainers on Route 123. They also issued challenges and trained Pokémon. As for Ning Hao's last main force, Ning Hao decided to let Melodic play. The previously captured Smelly had evolved. In the battle, Brachyura and Hyperactive Monkey also reached level 35 and were about to evolve. Once evolved, Ning Hao would have to buy a characteristic modifier to change the characteristics of the absentee to strongman. As the two Pokémon fought the last battle, they broke through the critical point and evolved into Blaziken and Absentee. Pokémon. Blaziken. Level. 36. Gender. Male. Attribute. Fire fighting. Classification. Fire Pokémon. Qualification. King. Feature. Fire. Hidden feature. Speed up. Personality. Naughty. Skills. Double kick, flame punch, brave bird attack. Racial value. 530. Intimacy. 99. Pokémon. Leave King. Level. 36. Gender. Male. Attribute. General. Classification. Trouble-shy Pokémon. Qualification. King. Feature. Lazy. Personality. Stubborn. Skills. Grab, yawn, do it again. Racial value. 670. Intimacy. 99. Sure enough, the characteristics change as soon as it evolves. Ning Hao said as he looked at the Leave King's panel. Xiao Ling bought the characteristic modifier. Okay. 100,000 points have been deducted. Xiao Ling said. Now there are 13,000 points left. Use it to change the character of the King of Leave to motivation. Completed. Show the new panel of the King of Leave. Ning Hao said. Pokémon. King of Leave. Level. 36. Gender. Male. Attribute. General. Category. Pokémon that is not afraid of trouble. Qualification. Heaven. King. Features. Strongman. Personality. Stubborn. Skills. Grab, yawn, do it again. Racial value. 670. Intimacy. 99. Pokémon that is not afraid of trouble. This classification is a bit arbitrary. Ning Hao said while looking at the panel. He, they are all small details, don't mind them. Come back. Ning Hao put the two Pokémon into the Pokeball. The two of them went directly to the direction of Mount Sending Gods. Ning Hao threw the two evolved Pokémon directly into the system space for Gengar and others to help train. After arriving at Mount Sending Gods, Ning Hao and Natsu met many trainers. Natsu fought with them, but Ning Hao refused because he had no intention of fighting. When Natsu was fighting, Ning Hao went straight to the top of the mountain. Old man, I'm back with 2 gems. Ning Hao said. It's you. The 2 old men also recognized Ning Hao. It was Ning Hao who solved the explosion crisis last time. Has the problem with Kyogre and Groudon been solved? Well, I successfully subdued them, so I want to ask if you can give me these 2 gems, I can exchange them for something. Ning Hao said. What? You subdued them? The couple thought they had heard it wrong and asked again. Well, I subdued them. Quote. The shocking news made the 2 of them a little unrecoverable. Since you have subdued them, these 2 gems are given to you, and you don't need to exchange them for anything. These are the gems of the 2 beasts. The couple shook their heads and said. What's more, giving you the gems will make us feel much more relaxed. The couple continued. Thank you then. After chatting with the old couple for a while, Ning Hao left to meet up with Natsu. Has the problem with the gems been solved? Well, the old couple gave me the gems. Ning Hao said. Let's go to Shujing City. Ning Hao continued. Well, if it weren't for the magma team and the ocean team, we would have arrived in Shujing City long ago. Natsu said. Thanks to them, I have the opportunity to subdue Groudon and Kyogre. Ning Hao said. But now that all the members of the ocean team have been captured, the magma team is hiding in the corner and may come out to retaliate against us at any time. Natsu said. Well, it's really a big trouble, but the Hoenn Alliance is already trying its best to find them. The red flame pine, who is far away on the isolated island in the south, sneezed. The weather here is too cold, let's quickly capture Latios and Latios. The red flame pine said. Captain, are you capturing them to fight Ning Hao? Hoenn asked. The battle was over, and the battle was over. Well, they are legendary Pokémon, and their strength should be enough to defeat Ning Hao. Kai Yansong said. But didn't he command Rayquaza to fight? Hoenn said. Rayquaza can't always follow him. It's a proud dragon god. How could it submit to a mortal? Kai Yansong shook his head and said. That's right. Hoenn thought what Kai Yansong said made sense and agreed. Keep going. The people of the lava team took a bunch of machines into the depths of the southern island. Publish the optional task. Option 1. Rescue Latios and Latios. Reward. The favor of the siblings. God level lottery *1. Option 2. Ignore the task. Reward. Kai Yansong brings the siblings to trouble you. Quote. You call this a reward? Ning Hao said speechlessly. I choose 1. Okay, Xiaoling map will guide you. Come out, Mewtwo, take us to a place. Natsu, come with me to an island, Kai Yansong may be there. Okay. Natsu was surprised by this sudden sentence. Then Mewtwo used his superpowers to take the two to the southern island. On the other side, Kai Yansong and Hoenn had already captured Latios and Latios with machines. Not long after they captured the siblings, Mewtwo brought them to the island. Ning Hao released the power of Waveguide to explore the surroundings, and Mewtwo also used superpowers to find the whereabouts of the red flame pine. Found it. Mewtwo said. Take me there, and then you can be invisible. Ning Hao said. Yes. After that, Mewtwo used superpowers to drag the two to the location of the red flame pine and hid. It's you. The red flame pine gritted his teeth and shouted as soon as he saw the two. Stop it, you can't escape. Now I have subdued Latios and Latios, and Rayquaza is not with you, what can you do to me? Rayquaza is not here. Wait a minute. Ning Hao took out Rayquaza's reverse scale test to summon Rayquaza. But how did you catch them so easily? Ning Hao asked curiously. How could I tell you about this person who is about to go to hell? Red Flame Pine said. Forget it, it should be here by now. Ning Hao then looked up at the sky, and saw the different colored Rayquaza flying towards him. It should be here. What should be here? Kai Yansong was confused. Of course it's Rayquaza. Ning Hao replied with a smile. Quote. Rayquaza. Kai Yansong then looked up at the sky, and sure enough, Rayquaza was flying towards them. Quote. I have two mythical beasts here, let one of them resist Rayquaza for a while, and the other one will be more than enough to kill you. Kai Yansong said and started to act. He naively thought that the Jet brothers and sisters, as mythical beasts, could resist Rayquaza. Wait a minute, I'll show you two more surprises. Ning Hao then released Kyogre and Groudon. Now it's 3 against 2, it seems I have the advantage. Ning Hao smiled with narrowed eyes. Quote. You actually subdued them both. Kai Yansong looked as if he had eaten shit. He had spent his whole life trying to subdue Groudon, but now this 10-year-old kid in front of him had succeeded, and he even got a buy one get one free deal. Alas, I give up. He said as he released the control over the Jet siblings, and his expression aged a dozen years in an instant. Congratulations to the master for completing the task, and getting the reward, the favor of the Jet siblings, and a god-level lottery won. Quote. Pokémon. Latios. Level. 75. Gender. Female. Attribute. Dragon, Psychic. Classification. Infinite Pokémon. Qualification. Champion. Feature. Float. Personality. Timid. Skills. Auxiliary power, telekinesis, dragon breath. Racial value. 600. Intimacy, 90. Pokémon, Latios. Level, 75. Gender, male. Attribute, Dragon, Psychic. Classification, Infinite Pokémon. Qualification, Champion. Feature, Float. Personality, Timid. Skills, Auxiliary Power, Telekinesis, Dragon Breath. Racial value, 600. Intimacy, 90. They are all champions and their strength is at the peak of the king. No wonder they were captured so easily. Ninghao thought. Latias and Latio. C ran to Ninghao to show his goodwill. After all, the person in front of him was powerful and had just saved them. What? You want to follow me? Ninghao was frightened by the words of the Jet brothers and sisters. Yeah. The Jet brothers and sisters replied. Okay. Then he took out the advanced ball to subdue the brother and sister. Alas, I have subdued 2 more Pokémon with superpower attributes. Ninghao sighed. Quote. Okay, don't take advantage of me. Natsu said speechlessly. Let's go, send these guys to Mr. Daigo. Then he summoned Lugia. Why did you summon me? Rayquaza, who was left out on the side, asked dissatisfiedly. I'm here to treat you to a meal. Ninghao took out a bunch of energy cubes. Follow me, Rayquaza. Ninghao invited Rayquaza for the second time. Humph, don't think about bribing me with food, I'll follow you first and test your strength. Rayquaza said proudly. Ha 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 ha, good. Ninghao knew that it was done after hearing this, and Rayquaza was willing to surrender. Ninghao now relies on the divine beast. As long as Arceus does not appear, he will definitely walk sideways. After all, the top few existences among the first-level gods are all with him. Lugia and Mewtwo used their superpowers to drag Ninghao and the Magma team to fly towards Kana's city. Daigo, we have captured Kai Yansong. Ninghao brought Kai Yansong to Daigo's residence. Huh, so fast. The Alliance didn't even know his location, but you caught him. Daigo was a little surprised. The Alliance sent out so many people, but there was no news at all, but Ninghao and Natsu easily caught him. Well, I just met them on the island. Ninghao said. Well, I will report to the Alliance. Daigo said and ordered his men to detain Kai Yansong and others. The rewards issued by the Alliance to you will come down in a while. Which city do you want to go to collect it? Daigo asked. Shujing City, we will stay in Shujing City for a while. After all, it is one of the largest cities in the Hoenn region. Ninghao said. Natsu on the side also nodded. Okay, I will inform the Alliance. By the way, there will be a championship handover ceremony between me and Mikuli at the Kaiyu conference. Daigo said. We know that we met Bonnie in Violet City before, and she mentioned it to us. Well, Bonnie, I heard her say that you defeated her head-on with your main team. Daigo said. Well, I happened to meet her in Violet City before and challenged her. Ninghao explained. The 2 of us are still in the same boat. Then let's go. We still have to go to Shujing City. We still have 2 badges to collect. Ninghao said. Badge. You don't need a badge to participate in the Kaiyu conference. The Alliance can directly issue you a certificate. Daigo said. Go through the back door. No, we have to rely on our own strength. Ninghao said with a righteous face. Quote. Aren't you going to bully the gym leader? Daigo looked at Ninghao speechlessly, and Natsu beside him nodded in agreement. Ha ha ha, let's go. Ninghao laughed awkwardly twice and pulled Natsu away from Daigo's residence. Mewtwo, take us to Shujing City. Ninghao released Mewtwo and decided to make this first-level god a mobile tool. Although Mew and Jirachi were also able to take them to Shujing City, and the 2 Pokémon had been outside, it was a pity that they were too naughty and they didn't know where they would be sent. Mewtwo is still reliable. Ninghao sighed when he arrived near Shujing City. Humph. Mew and Jirachi glared at him unhappily. Let's go to the city to eat. Ninghao said. Shujing City is really different from the previous cities. It's too big and there are too many people. I'm afraid only Violet City can compare. Ninghao said. Yeah, there are people coming and going here. Natsu felt the same way. Let's choose this one, Natsu said, looking at a restaurant with a long queue. Well, it must be good to have such a long queue. Ninghao said. Then the 2 began a long wait. There were scalpers who came to sell tickets, but they were rejected righteously. Although they had a lot of money, they were unwilling to spend this money in vain. Finally, after queuing for 3 hours, the two entered the store. In the end, they found that this was an internet celebrity store, but the champion of the Kalos region, Karuna, had filmed a movie here before. Alas, I wasted 3 hours. Natsu sighed. Alas, the celebrity effect is really terrible. Such an ordinary taste can cause so many people to queue up. Ning Hao said. Aren't you also a star? You also made the business of the coffee shop soar. Natsu said, thinking of Ning Hao's singing. Quote. That's different. His coffee is really delicious. Ning Hao said. Well, you are right. Natsu agreed. Let's go to Jingshui B&B. Ning Hao suggested. Okay, I heard that it is one of the landmark buildings in Shujing City. This two-story small B&B is the famous Jingshui B&B. Natsu looked at the plainly decorated Jingshui B&B and was a little unbelievable. Well, the navigation said it's here. Ning Hao was also a little surprised. Then let's go in and take a look. Boss, we want to stay. Well, pay the money and take the key yourself. Don't block me from watching TV. The owner of the B&B said. Well, after paying the money, the two took the key and left. This boss has a really bad attitude. Natsu couldn't help complaining. Forget it, let's go to another hotel tomorrow and rest here for one night. Because of the queue, the two arrived at the B&B in the middle of the night, so they returned to their respective rooms to rest. The next morning, the two left the B&B and found a hotel. After putting down their luggage, Ere ran to the Shujing Art Museum. I heard that the portraits here are all contestants of the gorgeous competitions of all generations. Natsu said. Well, it seems to be those with good results. Ning Hao said. There will be a gorgeous competition tomorrow, why don't we go to the scene to see it? Ning Hao continued. Sure, let's go and see it. The two walked around the art museum and saw various Pokémon, each of which looked very precious, even if it was just a Pikachu or a hunting swallowtail butterfly. They are so exquisitely bred. After all, it's for the gorgeous competition. Ning Hao said. Yes, tomorrow we'll go see the beauties. Pokémon. Natsu said what was in his mind, and changed his words when he realized that it was wrong. Then the two went to Shujing department store. Ning Hao planned to buy some souvenirs to take back. He originally planned to win some in the game city, but unfortunately he was unlucky. Sure enough, there are more beauties in department stores. The two said as they looked at the white thighs. Yes, it's true that shopping is a woman's nature. In this way, the two old perverts spent an afternoon in the department store. If they hadn't arrived at the restaurant, they would not have been willing to leave. Ning Hao bought some Pokémon figures in the department store and prepared to take them back to Xiaoji and Xiaomao. And brought a set of skincare products for Hanako. Natsu also bought some figurines and skincare products to take back to his parents and sister. After dinner, the two returned to the hotel and looked forward to the gorgeous competition the next day, and the Pokémon of the young ladies. Hey, hurry up and line up. I heard that a heavyweight guest has arrived, and many people are scrambling for tickets now. Ning Hao and Natsu heard early in the morning that a heavyweight guest was invited to the gorgeous competition, so many people were scrambling for tickets, so the two hurried to the venue to line up for tickets. It seems that I can't buy it. Seeing the people in front leave disappointedly, the two guessed the result. Alas, I missed the young ladies. Ning Hao sighed and was very disappointed. It's you. At this time, a voice came from behind. Huh, Mr. Mikuli. Ning Hao turned his head and saw Mikuli walking towards them. Well, I haven't thanked you for the Groudon and Kyogre incident last time. Mikuli said. Nothing, it's all my duty. Ning Hao said. Are you here to watch the gorgeous competition? Mikuli asked. Yes, I wanted to watch the competition, but unfortunately I didn't get the tickets. Ning Hao replied. Didn't get the tickets. I still have a few front row tickets. Mikuli said as he took out 2 front row VIP tickets from his pocket. How can I be so embarrassed? Don't you need them yourself? Ning Hao asked. No, I still have tickets, and I need to go on stage. I'll give you these 2 tickets. Mikuli smiled. Thank you very much. Ning Hao and Naz thanked. Then let's go in. Mikuli said and I took the 2 of them into the venue. Who are they? Why are they talking to Lord Mikuli and entering the venue with him? A passerby asked curiously. Maybe they are Lord Mikuli's juniors. This is a great seat. Ning Hao and Naz said in shock when they arrived at their seats. Well, not bad. Mikuli said. The three of them were in the same position, and Mikuli's entrance also ignited the atmosphere. At this time, the organizer of the gorgeous competition also came over to greet Mikuli. Mikuli, sir, hello, who are these two? Hello, they are Ning Hao and Natsu, my friends, they are very powerful trainers. Mikuli introduced. The two of them were very busy. Hello. The organizer greeted Ning Hao and Natsu. Hello. After greeting, the organizer talked to Mikuli. After all, Mikuli still needed to go on stage, and the two still needed to discuss the process. It's a good position to see the young lady. Natsu said. Yeah. Ning Hao nodded heavily to show his agreement. The game started soon. Because it was a master's game, the contestants were all strong, and the Pokémon were also very delicate, one more gorgeous than the other. This Gardevoir is really beautiful, much better looking than yours. Ning Hao said to Natsu. Quote. My Gardevoir is a warrior. Natsu explained. But its trainer is prettier. Natsu added. Yeah, that's true. Ning Hao agreed. Quote. Mikuli on the side was a little speechless. He thought the two were here to watch the game, but he didn't expect them to come to see the trainer. The audience elsewhere was also curious about their identities. After all, VIP seats were not available to ordinary people, and they were next to Mikuli. That seems to be the god of song. One of the audience from Violet City recognized Ning Hao. God of song? Her companion asked in confusion. That's what I told you about, the god of song in Violet City. So young. Yeah, he's very talented, and the songs he sings seem to be original. When the game was about to end, Mikuli came on stage. Mikuli released Melodica to perform for everyone. Pokémon. Melodic. Level. 85. Gender. Female. Attribute. Water. Classification. Kind Pokémon. Qualification. Champion. Feature. Magical scales. Personality. Bold. Skills. Self-regeneration, tornado, ice beam. Mienshao uses round roar. Mienshao uses water tail. Mikuli directed Melodic to use different skills, each of which was very gorgeous, which made the audience in the audience praise it. As expected of a champion-level Pokémon, it is really powerful, and the control of skills is also very detailed. Ning Hao said while watching Melodic's performance. Well, very detailed, Melodic also controlled the power of the skills. Natsu nodded and said. Congratulations to these contestants for entering the finals. You will be held tomorrow. Please wait and see. The host said. After the game, Naz and Ning Hao left the venue and decided to have dinner. After all, the game lasted a whole day, and they were both hungry. If there weren't so many beauties, they would have left long ago. Let's go, let's eat. Ning Hao said. Come on, the game has been going on for a day, and I'm almost starving. Naz said as he dragged Ning Hao to the restaurant. Let's go and find a restaurant to eat. After dinner, the two returned to the hotel. Too tired, let's rest early, there will be a game tomorrow. Ning Hao said. Okay, see you tomorrow. After that, Naz returned to his room. Since the game on the second day was held in the afternoon, the two went to the battle site first and prepared to train for a while. After all, they were a little slack in the past 2 days. Xiao Ling, how can Gengar and the others break through to the champion level? Ning Hao recalled Mikuli's Melodic. Gengar and Dragonite have now reached level 75, and Absol, Venusaur and Gyarados have also reached level 68, 73 and 72 respectively. Ning Hao had to start making plans first. Gengui and Dragonite can accept inheritance, as for the remaining Pokémon, it depends on the owner to explore it himself. Xiao Ling said. Inheritance. Then we have to send them back. Ning Hao said. Ning Hao decided to send them back to accept inheritance when his birthday is approaching. As for other Pokémon, he plans to ask Professor Oak. As for Charizard, he believes that Charizard will definitely reach the champion level after accepting the inheritance. The two trained the new team in the battle area for a whole morning. Swampert and Kabutops have now reached level 52 and level 50, and the remaining Pokémon are around level 43. The last Pokémon of Ning Hao's team has been decided to be Melodic. Although Shi Duolin and the Jet brothers and sisters also meet the requirements for participating, they have already reached the peak of the king, so it is not challenging for them to participate. Looked at the watch. It's time to go. Let's have a meal and then go to the venue. Ning Hao said. Well, it's getting late. I'm a little tired after fighting for a whole morning. After packing up, the two went to the restaurant yesterday and decided to rush to the venue after dinner. It's still good here. There are so many beauties. Naz smiled. Yes, let's go to the beach tomorrow. Ning Hao suggested. There was a beach in the coastal city of Shujing City last night. The beach. Okay, let's go tomorrow. Naz's eyes lit up instantly when he heard the beach. Mikali on the side looked at them speechlessly again. After all, there are not many people who are so lustful at such a young age. Mr. Mikali, do you want to go with me? Ning Hao suddenly turned his head and asked. I won't go. I have to go back to the league for a meeting. Mikali quickly refused. That's right. You are about to take over the championship position. I guess you are very busy. Ning Hao nodded and said. Yeah. Daigo told me that it was you who proposed this. Yeah. Ning Hao nodded and said nothing. The competition went smoothly. All the contestants today were strong players, and each one was better than the other. Their skills were also better than the other. As expected, they were all reserved yesterday and only released the ultimate today. The girl who used the melodic is so beautiful, and her melodic is also very powerful. Natsu said. Yeah, it is indeed beautiful. Ning Hao nodded and said. Then why is your melodic not as good looking as others? Natsu found a counterattack point. After all, Ning Hao complained yesterday that his Gardevoir was not as good looking as others. Well, my melodic is also a warrior. Ning Hao used Natsu's excuse. Do you also have a melodic? Mikali turned his head curiously at this time. Yeah, I captured it before, and I plan to let it appear at the Kaiyu conference. Ning Hao said. Colorful U conference. You're attending the Colorful U conference. Mikali also knew about Ning Hao's subjugation of a level 1 god, so he was a little surprised to hear that Ning Hao was going to attend the Colorful U conference. Why can't I participate? I'm using a new team, and I just started traveling, so I'm fully qualified to participate in the Colorful U conference. Ning Hao said. That's right. It seems that all the contestants this year are miserable. Mikali smiled. This made the organizer on the side very curious. Master Mikali, why are all the contestants of this Colorful U conference miserable? This kid is definitely the champion. Mikali said very confidently, which made the organizer a little confused. The event was a big success. Mikali looked at the blank expression of the organizer and said nothing but, look forward to it. Congratulations to Miss Irene for winning the championship of this gorgeous competition. Next, please invite Mr. Mikali to come on stage to present us with the award. The young lady who won the championship also used melodic. Not only is she beautiful, but her Pokémon is also beautiful. After the game, Ning Hao and Naz said goodbye to Mikali. Let's go to the beach tomorrow, and then go to the battle frontier the day after tomorrow. Ning Hao suggested. Okay, but I heard that the people there are very strong, and even have mythical beasts. Naz said. Well, they are not real mythical beasts. They don't have a priesthood. Ning Hao explained. Divine duty. Natsu was confused. It was the first time he heard of such a thing as divine duty. Well, some mythical beasts are divided into tribes. There is only one divine beast in the tribe. Most of the others are at the champion and king level, and a small number have not even reached the king level. What about your mythical beasts? Natsu asked curiously. Except for Latios, Latios and Sidolin, the others have divine duties. Ning Hao did not hide it. Of course not all mythical beasts have tribes. Ning Hao continued. Which mythical beasts have tribes? Natsu continued to ask. I don't know too much, anyway, there are 3 sacred birds and 3 guards. Ning Hao said. Well, it seems that there is no need to be too afraid of the battle frontier. Natsu said. No, several of them are at the king level, so we still have to be careful. It seems that the battle frontier is very powerful. Natsu continued. Yeah, but it's a good place to practice. Let's go eat first. I still miss the food court in Violet City. Ning Hao said. Yeah, it's still interesting there. Natsu also agreed. After eating, let's go to the Pokémon Center to call home. Ning Hao suggested. Yeah, too many things have happened recently, and I haven't had the chance. Natsu said. Recently, the two of them have either experienced explosions or experienced battles between mythical beasts, and have no chance to call home at all. Mom. It's Xiaohao, you haven't called back for a long time. Hanako said on the other end of the phone. Well, I've been too busy recently and don't have time. Ning Hao explained. Brother. Xiaoji popped up from the side. It's Xiaoji. How many badges has brother collected? Xiaoji asked excitedly. Collected 6. Wow. Xiaoji said with admiration. Xiaohao, your birthday is coming soon, are you going to come back? Hanako asked. Well, I will go home in a few days, and then I will go back to the Hoenn region to continue traveling after my birthday. Ning Hao said. Well, then I will prepare for your birthday. Hanako continued. Thank you, Mom. Then you can chat with Xiaoji. Hanako said and left. Brother, tell me what interesting things happened during the trip. Xiaoji said excitedly. Ning Hao also told Xiaoji about the new team and mentioned the legendary beasts, which made Xiaoji very yearning. Brother, I also want to travel. Xiaoji said. You will reach the minimum age to travel alone in more than a year. Ning Hao said. It's been a long time. After chatting for a while, Ning Hao and Natsu hung up the phone and left the Pokémon Center. I will go home next week for my birthday. Ning Hao said. Okay, then I will go home too. Natsu said. After leaving the Pokémon Center, the two returned to the hotel, looking forward to the upcoming beach trip. Xiao Ling, is this birthday reward still a god-level lottery? Ning Hao asked curiously. Yes, but there will be some special rewards. Xiao Ling said, and Mengwan and Jirachi on the side also looked at them curiously. Special rewards, then I am looking forward to it. Ning Hao said. Let's go, the destination is the seaside. Natsu and Ning Hao shouted excitedly. The two then came to the beach in Shujing City. It's really a holy place. Natsu said excitedly. Well, this is heaven. Ning Hao echoed. It's you. At this time, a voice came from the surroundings. Quote. Ning Hao and Natsu turned their heads in confusion and saw the champion of the gorgeous competition, Irene. It's you, Irene champion. Ning Hao and Naz greeted each other. I didn't expect you to know us. Ning Hao continued. Of course, you are the ones who sat next to Senior Mikuli, of course I remember. Irene said. Ah, that's it. Ning Hao and Naz suddenly realized that it was because of Mikuli. We just happened to know Mikuli and sat next to him. The two explained. Then Irene talked to the two for a while and left. Champion Irene is really beautiful. The two said as they watched Irene and her companions. The two stayed on the beach for a whole day and were reluctant to leave. Alas, I don't know when I will come next time. Naz said. Have dinner and go back to rest. We have to go to the port tomorrow. Ning Hao said. Yeah. After dinner, the two returned to the hotel to rest and decided to go to the Battle Pioneer area the next day. Let's go, buy a boat ticket first. Then the two boarded the breaker and headed for the Battle Frontier. The boat was full of trainers, and everyone had the same goal, to go to the Battle Frontier to practice. Mr. Yoshida. Ning Hao saw a fat man at this time. Who are you? Yoshida looked at the two in confusion. We are travelers from other regions. We heard about the Battle Frontier and came to visit. Ning Hao said. Ah, you are welcome. Yoshida smiled friendly. Then we won't bother you. Ning Hao and Natsu left after saying that. Who is he? Natsu was a little confused. He is the founder of the Battle Frontier. Ning Hao said. Ah, it turned out to be him. Natsu suddenly realized it at this time. Let's go challenge after we get off the boat, after all, we are in a hurry. Ning Hao continued. The two of them can only stay in the Battle Frontier for 2 or 3 days, and Hao will have to ask Mewtwo to send them back to the Kanto region. The two did not intend to challenge all the pioneers directly, after all, that would take too much time, and with the strength of their new team, they would only fail miserably. In the end, they set their sights on the arena's main general, Cucumber Fragrance, and the Plumbing Queen, Xiaoli. After all, the others all had legendary beasts. Finally we're here. After arriving at the Battle Pioneer area, the two found that the scenery here was pretty good, and there were many trainers around, which could definitely satisfy their desire to fight. The two of us are still busy. Let's eat first, and then we'll set off. But let's challenge the trainers who came with us first. Ning Hao said. Well, let's test everyone's strength first, and we are very likely to meet them at the Caillou conference. Natsu said. Ning Hao still remembers the Pokémon band in the game's Battle Frontier. He has all of them except Ho-Oh and Celebi. Celebi, I didn't find any trace of it in the Oak Forest last time, what a pity. But these Pokémon are banned in the game, but they should not be banned in reality. After all, Mewtwo and Deoxys have never appeared in the public's field of vision. Ning Hao thought. And Sidolin and the Jet brothers and sisters can also play. However, Ning Hao was just thinking about it. After all, the original intention of coming here was to practice, and it would be boring to use the mythical beast. After the two of them finished their dinner, they began to look for a place to fight. The battle development area is another paradise for the two of them. Of course, it will never be as good as the seaside. All the trainers here love Pokémon battles, and Pokémon are basically fighting all the time. Unlike other cities, they are often blacklisted by trainers in the battle area. After all, the two are too crazy. They stay for a whole day without stopping, making the local trainers feel dominated. This is simply heaven. No one will refuse your challenge. It seems that Kabutops will evolve soon. Ning Hao said excitedly. Well, after your birthday, come here after getting the badge and stay until the Caillou conference starts. Natsu suggested. Okay, that's just what I want. Ning Hao also wanted to train all the Pokémon here to the peak of the gym and even try to break through to the king level. Let's go, let's challenge the trainer first. Then Ning Hao and Natsu began to choose their respective opponents. Although Ning Hao's Pokémon often fight in the space, unfortunately the opponents are too strong and cannot fully test their strength. Ning Hao chose a trainer from Luli City, and this trainer is a water-type trainer. Along the way, Ning Hao found that most trainers prefer Pokémon of one type, such as Qingshui Kui's water type, Natsu and Nancy's psychic type, and all gym owners, kings and even champions prefer specific attributes. Hello, my name is Ning Hao, from Kanto area, can I fight with you? Ning Hao asked the trainer. Hello, my name is Lena, from Luli City, you can fight. Trainer Lena said. Then let's get started. After saying that, the two walked towards the battle arena, which was everywhere in the battle development area. Go, Lot Kappa. Lena sent Lot Kappa. Pokémon. Rakuten Kappa. Level. 47. Gender. Male. Attribute. Water grass. Classification. Rakuten Pokémon. Qualification. Gym. Feature. Rain Pan. Personality. Slow. Skills. Absorb, Water Cannon, Water Gun. Go Ahead, Melodic. Pokémon. Melodic. Level. 45. Gender. Female. Attribute. Water. Classification. Kind Pokémon. Qualification. King. Feature. Competitive. Personality. Timid. Skills. Water Wave, Dragon Tail, Bind. Intimacy. 90. It's Melodic. So beautiful. Lena was instantly captured by Melodic. Ahem, let's fight. Ning Hao coughed a few times to interrupt Lena's fandom. Yeah, Lena said with a blushing face. Mianxiao uses Dragon Tail. Lot uses Drain. Lena chose to consume, relying on the Drain to slowly wear out Mianxiao. Mianxiao uses Dragon Wave. Lot continues to use Drain. Mianxiao uses Self-Regeneration. This move disrupted Lena's rhythm. Mianxiao uses Dragon Wave. Lot uses Super Drain. The damage of Dragon Wave combined with the previous attack defeated Lot, but it was a pity that Lot's Super Drain had not been used yet, otherwise it could have fought for a few more rounds. Come back, Lot. Come on Megalodon. Pokémon. Megalodon. Level. 48. Gender. Male. Attribute. Water. Classification. Violent Pokémon. Qualification. Gym. Features. Rough skin. Personality. Cheerful. Skills. Bite, Waterfall Climb, Ice Fang. Mianxiao uses Charming Voice. Megalodon uses Bite. A beautiful voice came, almost bewitching Megalodon. Unfortunately, if it was the charming body trait, the power of Charming Voice would be much greater. Ning Hao thought. Mianxiao continues to use Charming Voice. Megalodon uses Sneak Attack. Charming Voice caused double damage to Megalodon, and Sneak Attack also caused considerable damage to Mianxiao. After all, Mianxiao's defense was all on special defense. Mianxiao uses Self-Regeneration. Megalodon uses ultimate charge. Megalodon's speed was so fast that it killed Mianxiao in an instant before Mianxiao recovered. Oh my god, I was careless and didn't dodge. Ning Hao said. Come back, Melodic. Go, Kabutosaurus. Ning Hao did not choose to let Pikachu play. After all, he could not bear to bully such a beautiful lady, and Kabutosaurus was about to evolve. Unlike Melodic, Kabutosaurus was often beaten in space. Because Melodic was beautiful, Gengar and other Pokémon would show mercy, but Pokémon other than Melodic were merciless, in the name of training their ability to withstand blows. Kabutosaurus uses Dragon Dance. Megalodon uses Bite. The attack of the Megalodon was very fierce, as if it was going to tear Kabutosaurus apart. But Kabutosaurus looked at the bloody mouth of the Megalodon, without any fear but a little disdain. Huh, that's it. Compared with Brother Gengar, it's far worse. Kabutosaurus thought to himself, and then completed the Dragon Dance. The Megalodon's teeth fell on Kabutosaurus as if it had bitten steel, shaking it straight. Lena also saw the predicament of the Megalodon, and couldn't help but wonder how Ning Hao cultivated the Kabutosaurus. It was simply an iron wall. The Megalodon used the freezing beam. The Kabutosaurus used the Dragon Claw. The Kabutosaurus's short claws didn't look threatening at all, and even a little cute. However, when it hit the Megalodon, the terrifying power scared Lena. An ordinary Dragon Claw directly sent the Megalodon flying backwards, and it almost lost its combat effectiveness. This scene directly shocked Lena. The Megalodon used Blizzard. The Kabutosaurus used self-sacrifice collision. Without any surprise, the Megalodon was defeated by this move, and the Kabutosaurus was also injured by 2 ice attribute attacks, but his fighting spirit was still high. The old man was very happy. Come back, Megalodon. Let's go, Swampert. Pokémon. Swampert. Level. 55. Gender. Female. Attribute. Water ground. Classification. Swampert Pokémon. Qualification. King. Feature. Torrent. Personality. Cheerful. Skills. Impact. Rockfall. Water gun. Well, Swampert. Interesting. Ning Hao smiled. Seeing Swampert, Kabuto's eyes lit up. Ning Hao's Swampert, as a teammate of the same period, was the only one that it could not defeat, so it was okay to bully its fellows. Why do I feel like it's getting more excited? Lena asked in confusion as she watched Kabutosaurus perform. Swampert uses Ice Punch. Kabutosaurus uses Dragon Claw. The collision between the fist and the claw ended in a tie, but Lena knew she had lost. If she tied with an advantage in attributes, she would definitely lose. Swampert uses Ice Beam. Kabutosaurus uses self-sacrifice charge. What a terrible defense. Lena thought as she watched Kabutosaurus, who was not seriously injured. Ning Hao also lamented that Lena's Swampert was well cultivated, and it could continue to fight after being hit by a self-sacrifice charge. If it weren't for the ice attribute, it would probably be even more difficult to hurt it. Swampert uses Blizzard. Kabutosaurus uses Dragon Dive. After this attack, Swampert lost its combat effectiveness while Kabutosaurus was still standing on the field. Come back, Swampert. You won. Lena walked over and said. Thank you, you are also very strong. Ning Hao said. Ha ha ha, now that you praise me, I hope to duel with you again at the Caillou conference. Lena invited. Okay, then we'll meet at the Caillou conference. Ning Hao also accepted Lena's invitation. In a prison in Kana's city, Shui Wudong and Kai Yansong met. Now the two are enemies and are particularly jealous of each other. After all, Shui Wudong was tricked by Kai Yansong. Humph. You were caught too. Shui Wudong said. Humph. It's still that kid. Kai Yansong said. Alas. Shui Wudong was silent when he heard Ning Hao. Looking at Shui Wudong's expression, Kai Yansong was also silent. After all, the two suffered the same blow. Who would have thought that the kid had captured Rayquaza, Kyogre and Groudon and was accompanied by Jirachi? Kai Yansong said. Rayquaza, Jirachi. He actually subdued Rayquaza and Jirachi. Shui Wudong was even more surprised. Don't you know? Kai Yansong asked the surprised Shui Wudong. I only know that Rayquaza helped him, but I don't know that he subdued Rayquaza. As for Jirachi, I have never seen it. Shui Wudong smiled bitterly. He also subdued Latios and Latios on the southern island. Kai Yansong continued. Quote. What a terrifying kid, surrounded by mythical beasts, we are so unlucky to face him. Shui Wudong said. Yes, and Jirachi, the legendary Pokémon that can fulfill any wish, and may even have hidden a lot of strength. Kai Yansong smiled bitterly, his eyes full of envy. I don't know how a kid in his early teens can subdue so many powerful Pokémon. Kai Yansong continued. I don't know who will be the next unlucky guy to face him. The two enemies chatted like old friends, and on a remote island in the distance, the long-lost boss Banmu sneezed. The island was full of various instruments, and there was a new Mewtwo. How is the research progress of Steel Mewtwo? Banmu asked the researcher. It's halfway done, and the destructive power of Mewtwo 2 has surpassed the previous Mewtwo I. The researcher's eyes were full of madness and admiration. It is definitely the strongest Pokémon. The researcher continued. The strongest Pokémon. Banmu thought of the giant Dragonite, and couldn't help but feel a lingering fear, and didn't take the researcher's words seriously. Since Ning Hao's capture of Groudon and Kyogre was only known to the top leaders in the Hoenn region, otherwise Banmu would be afraid that he would lose confidence now. Hurry up and finish the research. Banmu said. Yes. After that, the researcher left. Little ghost, I really look forward to meeting you again. Banmu said to himself. Go ahead, Kabutosaurus. Ning Hao, who was far away in the battle development area, was still continuing his battle journey. Kabuto's used Dragon Claw. Ning Hao decided to evolve Kabuto's before returning to Pallet Town. In the battle area, Ning Hao slowly made a name for himself, and Kabuto's was nicknamed Iron Shell Dragon, because Kabuto's body was too hard, leaving many trainers helpless. Come back, Kabuto's. After the last battle, Ning Hao decided to let Kabuto's rest, and he happened to go to dinner with Natsu. Let's go to dinner, that's all for today. Ning Hao said to Natsu. Well, I'm too tired, let's continue tomorrow. The two started fighting after getting off the boat and having dinner. They decided to have a midnight snack and go back to rest and fight again tomorrow. Let's go back and rest. Natsu said. Well, come again tomorrow. Then the two returned to the hotel. Xiao Ling, how many lottery opportunities do I have now? Ning Hao asked after returning to the hotel. God level draw 3, advanced draw 16, points 10,000. Combine the advanced draw. Keep the God level draw and use it when you get to the new area. Ning Hao thought that there was no need to use the God level draw in the Hoenn area, so it would be better to save it for the next area, maybe you can draw a divine beast. Bang, bang, bang. There was a knock on the door. I'm here. Ning Hao said sleepily. After opening the door, he saw Natsu who was ready to go. Let's go, have breakfast and then go to the battle. Natsu said. Looking at the time, Ning Hao said speechlessly, Brother, it's only 7 o'clock, these people won't run away, why are you in a hurry? Let's gather at 10 o'clock, I'm still growing and need enough sleep. After that, Ning Hao closed the door and went back to bed to continue sleeping. Let's go. Ning Hao said to Natsu. Let's go. Natsu was looking forward to the next battle. Ning Hao and Natsu decided to stay in the battle site for another day and then go to the battle arena and battle channel. As for the next place, they decided to collect all the badges first. The two gradually became famous in the battlefield. They had no defeats along the way, and Ning Hao relied on Kabuto to defeat 3 people many times, and they were called the Kanto twins. Of course, the two did not recognize this title, and even thought it was a bit silly. Your Kabuto is really strong, worthy of being the Kanto twins. The trainer who was just defeated by Ning Hao said. The old man was very happy. Don't let me find out who gave me this nickname. I'll give you all my ashes. Ning Hao thought angrily. At this time, the Kabutosaurus glowed with the light of evolution. After a while, the Kabutosaurus's body changed dramatically, and then a Tyrannosaurus appeared. Pokémon. Dragonite. Level. 55. Gender. Male. Attribute. Dragon, flying. Classification. Dragon Pokémon. Qualification. King. Feature. Intimidation. Hidden feature. Overconfidence. Personality. Stubborn. Skills. Flying, dragon tail, dragon breath. Intimacy. 100. It has awakened its hidden feature. It seems to be the result of the crazy battles during this period. Ning Hao thought. The evolved Dragonite rubbed Ning Hao's cheek affectionately, which was simply a contrast. Since Dragonite has evolved, I can start training other Pokémon. Ning Hao thought. Since Dragonite has evolved, Ning Hao also plans to start training several other Pokémon and strive to get them to level 50 within 2 days. Go, War Dancer. Pokémon. War Dancer. Level. 45. Gender. Male. Attribute. Fighting. Classification. Handstand Pokémon. Qualification. Gym. Features. Technical expert. Personality. Afraid of loneliness. Skills. Triple kick, revenge, close combat. Go, Leave King. This was the first time Ning Hao sent Leave King to the battle frontier. Leave King. Although he is very strong, whether he can fight depends on luck. The trainer on the opposite side, Teng Hai, said. But why is his Leave King a little strange? Looking at the Leave King who was always standing, Teng Hai had a wonderful idea. Leave King uses playfulness. War Dancer uses triple kick. The two Pokémon collided with each other, and War Dancer flew backwards fiercely, while Leave King patted his chest like a gorilla. Is this a fake Leave King? So energetic. This Leave King is better trained than the main force of Chinli Gym Master. Teng Hai thought. This Leave King is not lazy at all, and is even a little warlike. The audience in the audience thought. Ning Hao's Leave King is simply invincible when it meets Pokémon of the same level, after all, the racial value is there. This also subverts the common people's understanding of the Leave King. However, Ning Hao did not always let the Leave King fight, but rotated among several Pokémon. Compared with the Leave King, the other 3 Pokémon seem more ordinary. After all, the battles of the Leave King are basically solved with one punch, so it has also been named, One Punch Super Monkey. What Ning Hao didn't know was that because of his performance today, the Hoenn region has set off a craze for catching lazy otter. After all, everyone wants to have a one-punch super monkey. In this primary battle area, Ning Hao has not met a very strong opponent, and no one can make him send out Swampert. The King of Leave, Pikachu, Flamingo and Melodic were constantly upgrading in the battle. Everyone should be level 50 tomorrow. Ning Hao thought. Let's stop here today. Ning Hao looked at Natsu. Okay. Natsu replied. Then the two left the battle site and went to the restaurant. After arriving at the restaurant, something unexpected happened. It's the God of Song. Several fans who had seen Ning Hao in Violet City shouted. God of Song. Isn't that the Twin Demons? Twin Demons. What are those? The fan asked in confusion. They are invincible in the battle site, so they are called Twin Demons, but why do you call him the God of Song? Wow, I didn't expect that the God of Song is so good at Pokémon breeding besides singing, writing lyrics and composing music. The fan did not answer the question and talked about it. Singing, writing lyrics, composing music. He can do everything at such a young age. Well, we are all from Zijin City, and we have all heard the God of Songs sing live. Alas, other people's 10-year-old, God of Songs, the title of Shuangsha, my world, my mother is still worried whether I will wet the bed. Then these fans walked towards Ning Hao. God of Songs, can I hear you sing live again? One of the fans asked. Of course, but it's not very convenient here, right? Ning Hao looked around and said. At this time, the restaurant owner came over and said, convenient, of course it's convenient. It's my honor that Shuangsha wants to sing, and Zijin City Cafe. The owner of the coffee shop is my younger brother. I have heard of your name for a long time. Quote. What a coincidence. Ning Hao felt a little magical. He could meet relatives of acquaintances in any restaurant in a faraway place. Thank you very much. Then Ning Hao borrowed a guitar and went on stage. Hello everyone, let me sing a song for you next. Ning Hao said. Is it one of the 2 evil spirits? The audience said. Huh, they can sing. Listen. Then Ning Hao sang Tornado. After one song, he conquered all the audience present again. One more song. The same scene as the God of Songs cafe in Zijin City appeared, and crazy fans shouted for their idol to perform again. Then Ning Hao sang a nocturne and quickly left the scene with Naz. After all, the fans were too crazy. You are really awesome. You can attract fans even when you come to the battle development zone. Naz smiled. Alas. There is nothing you can do about the charm. Ning Hao said narcissistically. Quote. Let's go find something to eat, we didn't eat anything just now. Natsu said. Yeah. Then Ning Hao and Natsu came to another restaurant. Fortunately, the news didn't spread so quickly, and the two could still have a meal in peace. Let's challenge the arena and the pipeline tomorrow, and then rest for a night and go back to Kanto. Ning Hao suggested. Well, what should we do? Natsu asked. Let Lugia or Mewtwo take us. Ning Hao thought for a while and said. Quote. You are the only one who lets a first-level god be the driver. Natsu said. Ha ha ha. Quote. Then the two of them went back to their rooms to rest. It has been more than a year since Ning Hao came to the Pokémon world, and he has completely integrated into this world. If he were to return to his previous life at this time, he might not be able to adapt at all. Dragonite and Gengar have their own opportunities. I wonder what will happen to Absol, Gyarados and Venusaur. Ning Hao thought that as long as they break through, Ning Hao will be a real champion-level player, even without relying on the mythical beasts. Alas, I don't know when Charizard will wake up, but when it wakes up, it should be able to break through the champion. Ning Hao thought that the inheritance of the ancient dragon god should make it easy for Charizard to break through the champion. The next morning, the two went to the battle arena. Captain Wang Guoshang, we are here to challenge you. Ning Hao said. Then come in. Wang Guoshang, dressed in karate, said. The two of them were very close, and the two sides were very close. Hello, General Wang Guoshang, I am Ning Hao from the Kanto region, and we are here to challenge the arena. Ning Hao said. Ning Hao from the Kanto region. Wang Guoshang seemed to have thought of something, and his eyes lit up. Do you know Master Asi and Senior Fujiki? Wang Guoshang asked expectantly. Yes, what's wrong? Ning Hao was confused at this time. They are my idols. Wang Guoshang said with admiration. I also heard them say that you are their idol, and you are even more proficient in fighting, and you have won the championship of the Quartz Conference. Wang Guoshang continued. You have fans everywhere. Natsu teased on the side. Can I have a fighting challenge with you? Wang Guoshang asked. Post the task. Accept Wang Guoshang's challenge. Reward, Perfect Martial Arts Fragment *1. Xiao Ling appeared and posted the task. I accept your challenge. Ning Hao, who saw the task reward, became interested all of a sudden. Thank you, Senior. Wang Guoshang hurriedly thanked him. Aren't we here to challenge the arena? How come it's the commander challenging you in a blink of an eye? The development of the plot made Naz a little confused. We'll come to the arena to challenge after the fighting challenge. Ning Hao said. Soon the two were ready. Wang Guoshang's karate attainments were good, probably equivalent to the early stage of intermediate martial arts, but he was still easily defeated by Ning Hao. I lost, Senior, you are really as powerful as the legend. Wang Guoshang admired Ning Hao even more at this time. Previously, she only heard Ning Hao's power in words, but now she experienced it in person, and the effect was completely different. Congratulations to the master for completing the task and getting the reward, Perfect Martial Arts Fragment 1. You are also very strong, but I am not dead yet. Ning Hao said with a smile. Let's start the arena challenge. Ning Hao said. Well, although you are the champion of the Quartz Conference and even a master of the king level, I will still go all out. Wang Guoshang said. As a fighter, he will give it a try even if he knows he will lose. Don't worry, I'm using the new team cultivated in the Hoenn region. Go ahead, Ironclad. Pokémon. Ironclad. Level. 55. Gender. Male. Attribute. Fighting. Classification. Push Pokémon. Qualification. Gym. Feature. Perseverance. Personality. Naughty. Skills. Push, Kai Punch, Power. Go ahead, Melodic. Mianxiao uses Charming Voice. Ironclad uses Push. Wang Guoshang is worthy of being the main commander of the arena. Her Ironclad is still fine after being hit by a Fairy-type Pokémon, but Melodic was not hurt either. Mianxiao uses Freezing Wind. Ironclad uses Kai Punch. After being attacked, Ironclad began to gather energy. Mianxiao uses Ice Beam. Ning Hao wanted Mianxiao to interrupt the energy gathering of Iron Palm. Iron Palm was not affected by Mianxiao, and finally a real energy punch landed on Mianxiao, and Mianxiao flew backwards. Fortunately, Mianxiao was strong and did not lose its fighting power because of this real energy punch, but its condition was not as good as before. Mianxiao uses self-regeneration. Iron Palm uses Split. Recovery skills are really amazing. Looking at Mianxiao, whose condition has recovered by half, Ninghao couldn't help but sigh. Mianxiao continues to use charming voice. Iron Palm uses push. The two Pokémon slowly fell into a protracted battle, and neither could do anything to the other. The final result was that one or two Pokémon died together. Your Melodica is really tough. Wang Guoshang was speechless by Ning Hao's fighting style. He kept using self-regeneration and dragged the 2-minute battle to 10 minutes, which also changed Wang Guoshang's address from you to you. Ha ha ha. Ning Hao touched his nose awkwardly. He also felt that this kind of fighting was too uncultured. Come back Melodica. Go ahead, King of Leave. Come back, Iron Palm. Go ahead, Cherim. Pokémon. Cherim. Level. 57. Gender. Male. Attribute. Fighting, Psychic. Classification. Meditation Pokémon. Qualification. Gym. Features. Yoga Power. Personality. Conservative. Skills. Mindset. Hammer. Telekinesis. Kick. The King of Leave uses super strength. Cherim uses kick. What? It doesn't move at all. Wang Guoshang said in surprise. Cherim's attack did not cause any damage to the King of Leave, but was knocked away by the King of Leave. You are the famous twin demons in the battlefield, and this is the one-punch super ape. Wang Guoshang thought of the rumors he had heard recently and asked. Quote. Yeah. Although he didn't want to admit the name of the twin demons, he was helpless. The King of Leave uses the arm hammer. Cherim uses the fantasy ray. Wang Guoshang chose a long-distance tug-of-war, but she underestimated the King of Leave. Cherim flew backwards again. If it weren't for the advantage in level, it would have lost its combat effectiveness. Cherim uses flying knee kick. The King of Leave uses super strength. In the end, Cherim was easily taken away by the King of Leave. The Leave King is so powerful, but it's a pity that his sleepy personality ruined it. Senior Ning Hao's Leave King is special, but how many special Leave Kings can there be in this world? Wang Guoshang murmured. Come back, Cherim, go, Umbreon. Pokémon. Umbreon. Level. 57. Gender. Female. Attribute. Evil. Classification. Pokémon. Qualification. Gym. Feature. Synchronization. Personality. Gentle. Skills. Roar, High-Speed Star, Bite. Umbreon uses Roar. The Leave King uses Headbutt. The ending is similar to the previous one, Umbreon flies backwards, and the Leave King is also hurt. Umbreon uses High-Speed Star. The Leave King continues to use Double Payback. The battle is over, and Ning Hao won 3-1 in the end. Senior, this is a symbol of perseverance, please accept it. Wang Guoshang handed a golden badge to Ning Hao. Is it my turn? Natsu asked on the side. Wait a moment, I need to restore my Pokémon. Wang Guoshang said. Yes. Then Natsu and Wang Guoshang started a duel. In the end, Natsu won by chance with a score of 3-2. You are all very strong, worthy of being the two evil spirits. Wang Guoshang said. Quote. Thank you for your compliment. Ning Hao and Natsu said. Then we will leave first. Then the two left the battle arena. Are you still going to the battle pipeline? We have been delayed here for a long time. Natsu asked. The two of them went to the dock and had dinner in Shujing City. Forget it, let's come back next time. Let's go back to Guandu directly. Ning Hao looked at the time and said. Yeah. The two went directly to the dock and planned to go to Shujing City first, and then fly back to Guandu from Shujing City. Let's go to the dock and eat after arriving in Shujing City. Ning Hao suggested. Yeah, okay. After that, the two set off for the dock. Finally full, let's find an uninhabited corner in the forest. Ning Hao said. The two went to Route 121. Come out, Mewtwo, take us to Golden City. Quote. Mewtwo felt that he had become a tool, but he still used his superpowers to lift the two of them up and set off for Golden City. Due to the long journey, it took them half a day to reach Golden City. Thank you, Mewtwo, go back. Ning Hao took Mewtwo back to the system space after saying that. Then Ning Hao and Natsu parted ways. Walking to an empty corner, Ning Hao released Gengar. Gengar, did you sense the call? Ning Hao asked. Yes, I'm going back to the Pokémon Tower to receive the inheritance. Gengar said. You go, I'll stay at home for a few days, and then return to the Hoenn region. Anyway, you can sense me, so come back by yourself then. Ning Hao said slowly, touching Gengar's head. Yeah. Gengar flew away after saying that. Alas, I don't know how long it will take Gengar to be gone. Let's go to the Golden Gym to see Nancy. I just went to see Nancy after parting with Natsu, ha ha ha. Hello, Gym Leader Nato. Ning Hao came to the Golden Gym and saw Gym Leader Nato. Hello, Xiaohao, when did you come back? Gym Leader Nato asked curiously. I just came back, where's Nancy? Ning Hao asked. She left a few days ago and didn't tell me where she was going. Gym Leader Nato shook his head and said, but his face was full of smiles. Now Nancy is just like an ordinary child, and this alone is enough to make him happy. Okay, I have to go back to Pallet Town too. Goodbye. Goodbye. Triggering check in location. Evergreen Forest. Reward. Bulbasaur's opportunity. Evergreen Forest. It seems that Bulbasaur is leaving too. Ning Hao thought. Let's go. Destination Evergreen Forest. Ning Hao said to himself. After Ning Hao's non-stop journey, he arrived at the Evergreen Forest in just one day. Come out, Venusaur. Ning Hao sent Venusaur. Congratulations to the master for signing in successfully and getting the reward, Venusaur's opportunity. Vulpecula, go find your chance. Yes. After rubbing Ning Hao's cheek, Venusaur turned around and left. Then Ning Hao took out the reverse scale of the ancient Dragonite and input the wave power. After a while, a figure that covered the sky and the moon appeared in the air, and with the shaking like an earthquake, the ancient Dragonite appeared. Human, why did you summon me? Ancient Dragonite asked. Dragonite has encountered a bottleneck. Ning Hao said and released Dragonite. Well, let it follow me. Ancient Dragonite said. Go Dragonite, go with your father. Ning Hao said. Yes. After that, the two Dragonites, one big and one small, flew away together. One less team member. Ning Hao thought. Go home. Mom, I'm back. It's Xiaohao. Wazi said in surprise after opening the door. Is it my brother? Xiaoji asked as he ran towards the door. Xiaoji, slow down. Ning Hao touched Xiaoji's head. Brother. Xiaoji was very excited. Let your brother come in first. Wazi smiled. Yes. After that, they returned to the house. After entering the house, Xiaoji pestered Ning Hao to tell him about the interesting things he encountered along the way. I conquered. Ning said and told him about conquering the beast on the journey, but Xiaoji's expression became more and more admiring. However, Ning Hao still concealed the danger. After all, he didn't want Wazi and Xiaoji to worry. There were still 3 days before his birthday, and Ning Hao also planned to have a good rest. 3 days passed quickly, and Ning Hao spent them in joy. Tonight is Ning Hao's birthday party, and it is also his second birthday in this world. Congratulations to the master for signing in successfully and receiving rewards. God level lottery 3.10000. Perfect level martial arts fragments 5. Quote. The system will also be upgraded, and the upgrade takes 72 hours. Upgraded again. But I have to say that the rewards this time are really rich. The martial arts directly reached the perfect level, 100,000 points, which directly made up for the points used to buy the characteristic modifier before, take off. However, this time the system upgrade drove all Pokémon out of the system space, which resulted in the surroundings being full of legendary beasts. Ning Hao had to collect Groudon, Kyogre, and Siderain, while Lugia and Rayquaza were floating in the air. It takes 3 days to upgrade, so take a few more days off. Then he called Natsu. See you next Sunday. Ning Hao said. Okay, see you next Sunday. Xiaohao, come out. At this time, Hanako's voice came, calling Ning Hao, the protagonist, to attend the birthday party. Here comes Mom. Quote. Ning Hao came to the yard and saw a few special people. Xiao Kui, why are you here? Ning Hao asked in surprise. Of course we have to come to your birthday. Haikuan Zi said as a matter of course. The birthday party was spent in laughter, and Ning Hao also grew up a year older. After the party, Haikuan Zi and others also pestered Ning Hao to tell him about his adventures in the Hoenn region. What? You captured Lugia? Haikuan Z didn't know the Pokémon such as Rayquaza as the legendary beasts of the Hoenn region, but he knew Lugia as the legendary beast of the Quartz Alliance. Well, I captured it by chance. Oh my god, you are awesome. Haikuan Z and others looked at him with admiration. The three of us plan to travel together. Haikuan Z and others said. Is your special training over? Ning Hao asked. Well, Kurakawa Z and the other two answered. Well, then do you want to join me and Natsu? Ning Hao asked. Quote. Natsu looked over with a puzzled expression. It's not you, it's Natsu from the previous quartz conference. Ning Hao laughed. Ha 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 ha. Kurakawa Z on the side laughed like crazy. Yeah. Natsu replied. No, we plan to collect badges first, and then you should stay in the battle frontier. Kurakawa Z asked. Well, we still need 2 badges, and we plan to stay in the battle frontier after collecting them after returning to Hoenn. Ning Hao said. Well, we will go to the battle frontier to find you after we collect the badges. Kurakawa Z said. Thanks for watching.